do want to let y'all know that for the next couple of episodes forward, and eventually, and I get it, but I'm not stopping for sure. You know, no woman is meant to be alone at all. Period. I'm not gonna come on her and try to cap or anything like that, saying that all men think this way.
Well, I have a question and a statement for you. First of all, sir, um, I forgot the statement, but my question is so you've never loved two women before at the same time?
No, not my whole entire life. No, I never cheated a day before my life.
I ain't asking about cheating. I'm just saying, just in the dating phase.
Man, he,
Okay,
he,
I
he,
remember my
he,
statement
he,
now.
he's online. He got to say that. I
I
don't know, man.
remember my statement now. I'm gonna let him come. Let me let him live. I think I remember my statement. What was it? I forgot again. Damn it. Go ahead.
Sometimes the stuff that comes out of your head, it's not beneficial at all. You do realize that this whole scenario that you're mentioning about, you do realize that it is just about impossible. It's more like a unicorn fairy tale. Like say for example,
It's not
where
possible.
my no like where my one daughter's telling me a fairy tale story that it sounds great. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it just doesn't exist. Many modern day women, they'll literally throw out their accolades and stuff as well. They'll throw out their accolades saying, I have this, I have that. What do you have? I done went to school. I done got a bachelor's degree. I done got a master's degree. I done got all these different things. What do you have? Oh, that's a 9 to 5 job? Child. I have to be like real strategic with my networking now. And I have to like really just sit down and just really just vet people.
And just for a record, this is what we would call baby mama drama.
Absolutely.
It's not just exclusive to one race or one particular group.
As y'all could clearly see.
Urban, tell me what was the win. Tell me because a win in these verses is different for everybody's win. What is your thing that you think that they got the win for?
Terrence Howard.
Oh, bye. I'm up in this line.
They shut it down with that. To be cycled through the system. They're not gonna have no type of guidance, no type of support. Then also in the worst case scenarios that they end up developing mental behaviors or mental disorders, which make the situation worse, and which in turn they end up becoming adults, and hence this is where we get people who are sociopaths, psychopaths, chronic narcissists, and all these different other behaviors as well. Y'all know the topic. The topic is talking about women being master manipulators, which this is true. Women are master manipulators. And you keep saying that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. But yet and still, you have not did it yet. Why? Why? What's the holdup? What is the holdup? Today, on this Monday, on this Motivational Monday, it's time for Urban to give you some tough love. It's time for Urban to tell you to stop procrastinating. They literally create fake news because they know that negative behavior sells. It's all part of psychology. They know that through the psychology of it all, they know that you as the viewer, you're gonna the first thing that's gonna come into your mind right now is that, hold up, why are they beefing? And what you're gonna do? You're gonna immediately gonna start investigating. You're gonna tune in and find out what is the beef about. It's all part of psychology.
I don't care how long it take to get an op back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.
Salute, everybody. Salute. Happy Saturday to y'all. happy Saturday. I am the official urban therapist, and I appreciate y'all tuning in for this special Saturday episode. Um, as so many of you who are sub to me, y'all know that Urban do not go live on a Saturday unless it's some breaking news or something that really need to be talked about. Hence this live today. I believe this particular one live today that I'm doing, I believe that I need to talk about it because I know by Monday, we're gonna be on something else. So, nevertheless, we're here. I appreciate every last one of y'all who are tuned in today on Saturday. I hope your Saturday is going by great. That you if you're off today, that you're enjoying your off day. You're taking time to chill and relax. And if you have family, you're spending quality time with your family. You know what I'm saying? Or if you do have to work today, I hope that you're having a very productive work day, and the work day is going by accordingly towards how the way it needs to go by. Other than that, thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for tuning in to this show. All right. So we're going to review this chaotic truth versus six the goddess. I call it a debacle. But we're going to review it today, okay? Those of you who don't know who Chaotic Truth is, Chaotic Truth, he is a content creator along with Six the Goddess. To be honest, to be quite honest, both of them are really good content creators. I am sub to both of their respective platforms and channels. They, both of them, actually do give out really good content on both of their channels and stuff. So if you want to tune in and check out Chaotic Truth channel, by all means, check out his channel on Chaotic Truth. He's also with the Buddha Network as well. So you could check out Chaotic Truth. Likewise with Six the Goddess, you could check out her channel as well too. Once again, both of these content creators that do put out some very good information. Some information, like y'all know how urban is, because I always be unbiased. But some information, they put out, I'm cool with it, I agree with. Other information, put out, I agree with. I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But that is my personal perspective about that. But nevertheless, it doesn't discredit them from being great content creators. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could check out both of their respective platforms. All right. One of the thing too is that the video that we're going to review today, we're going to review a segment from the Lapeef Network. All right. So this to give y'all some quick background. What's going to lead up to this review that I'm going to do today is that Chaotic Truth and Chaotic Truth and also Six the Goddess appeared on the Lapeef Network. They had an interesting show. Overall, the show was talking about the recent killing of Christian. Christian, he was this dude that reside out of Miami, and his girlfriend Courtney, which is a IG model. They should know she's a OnlyFans model. Sorry, she's an OnlyFans model. She ended up brutally stabbing him to death. So the whole concept of the whole entire show was built on that, and so it opened up a conversation to where they start talking about being pro-black and these different type of conversations. All right. Hence this what led on Chaotic Truth being on the platform. Then eventually this also led with Six the Goddess was on the platform as well too and stuff. So a situation arose while they was on the Lapeef Network where they ended up having a heated disagreement. So that is where I'm going to start this review at right at the moment when Sister Goddess arrive on the Lapeef Network and arrive on the platform. That's where I'm going to start at with this review. And just like I say, I'm going to give a straight unbiased review on this and just give y'all my perspective, play by play about what's going on with this situation too. All right. Sincerely, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. Six. Just like I say, six. She has a really she has some really good talking points on the cool though. I'm not gonna discredit six at all about that. Even with chaotic truth, he has some really good interesting talking points as well too. I actually we went on to one episode of Chaotic Truth on platform and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So there's some things that, he talk about, like I say, I agree with. There's some things that I don't agree with. Same thing with six, but overall, I'm not going to discredit them for being good content creators at all. Money Boy, what's up with it, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it as well. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for that as well. So, nevertheless, y'all, let's go ahead and dive right into this review. All right. Once again, just like I said, I'm gonna give you my straight unbiased review on this. Okay. Now I already got the video queued up and everything, so we're gonna jump into this. I purposely put myself way over here because actually six is to the left of me, okay, and chaotic he's up here to the one far right. So I just kind of threw myself over here because throughout the most part of this dialogue, um, Kay and Courtney, who's the last two ladies over here, they too much not gonna be too much be engaging in this particular conversation as much. So that's why I'm over here to the right. All right. So y'all know. All right. So six is right here to the far left bottom corner, and chaotic is right here to the other far right top corner. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this review. And once again, I'm stopping. I'm gonna give you a play by play about my perspective about this. All right.
Hey,
Hold on, yeah.
hey
I'm gonna
y'all.
go to a
Hey,
white panel. I'm out of here.
Hey,
what's going on, Six? Welcome to the show. What you got for
how
us?
y'all doing?
Hey,
Hi, six.
Hey,
Six.
who's that?
I have a
Six.
quick question.
Hello.
I have a question for the brother on the end. What is his name?
It's chaotic.
Agent of
Chaotic.
Chaos.
Where are your parents from?
Now, before chaotic answer this question, I'm very curious to want to know the whole premises of the reason why six came right in and asked on chaotic this question, asking where's his parents from, because that's through my experience of dealing with conversations and also dealing with certain type of debates. Um, One thing for sure is that sometimes people would do what is known as triggering conversations, meaning that they will purposely say a certain thing to automatically trigger a person to get a certain response out of it. So that's why I'm saying right off the back, I'm automatic red flag. I'm curious to want to know why six started off with asking him where his parents is from. I'm very curious about that. And then another thing too is that the conversation was stemmed on the points of it's stemmed on the whole entire point of this pro-black thing. All right, so I'm very curious about this. I want to see where she's on going with this. All right. Yeah, this is the beginning of their debate too. Sincerely, all right. This is the beginning of their debate. Now, this whole entire show is like 6 hours long. So it's no way in the world I'll be able to cover this whole 6 hour live. All right. So that's why I started with their debate. All right.
You know what? I'm so tired of answering that question.
Why?
That's a private question. I'm so tired of answering that question because what
Why
does
are
it
you
matter
tired
where
of
they're?
answering it? I've asked
Because
it to
I'm
you one
tired of
time.
everybody asking me that question. Like, what does that question mean anyway?
It means a lot.
Okay,
June, salute. Welcome. Matt, salute. Welcome. Yeah, that's interesting too. That's interesting too, Matt.
tell me.
I'm just simply
Tell me, go,
asking
tell me.
what is your background? I don't
It's a
understand.
Okay,
deflection
okay,
for
okay.
me.
Okay, they're from Japan. Okay,
Lawrence, welcome.
now,
Salute.
what's the next question?
Okay, so if your parents are from Japan,
They're not from Japan, but go ahead. If they were, what's the question?
why are you defensive? And I've asked you one question.
Because I get that question so many times on black panels.
Why do you think
opinion.
that black people ask you that question?
I have no idea why. You know what? This is what I love about white people. They don't infringe upon my rights. I can go
I'm going to interrupt you right there because
yes, I know because that's what black people do.
One thing that I do know is that your parents are definitely not from America. So this is the problem that I'm having. I would not go to your country and try to tell you what it is and what it is not. If we are here, we've been here our whole lives, our parents are here. You cannot now come here and then say and gaslight us and say that
you
love
walk down
white
the back alley
people
with
and
two
that
Negroes
we're
behind you.
criminals
Keep it real.
and that we don't get mistreated in the justice system
walk down the
because
back
you
alley
had a
after-
job at a courthouse. It
You
just
would not
it's
walk down a back alley.
unintelligent.
Okay, so far, now I'm understanding the reason why she asked him this question. It was basically now she was doing what is known as a leading question. This is also known as a bait and switch question as well too. So basically, the whole premise of her conversations so far is that she's trying to challenge Chaotic about his background, his roots. So due to the fact that Chaotic is not from this country, allegedly, she's challenging him on this. She's saying that, well, since you are from another country, how dare you come and critique us who've been born and raised here in this country? How dare you come over here and try to critique us and tell us, well, what we should and shouldn't do? That's pretty much what I'm getting out of this whole exchange. And so Chaotic keeps on replying, rebuttaling back and saying, like, look, people asking me this question every single time. To be honest with y'all, I really don't see the reason to ask this question. I really don't see the reason why you should ask this question. And to be honest with y'all, to be really honest, to be unbiased about this, I agree. Because if we're talking about quote unquote black issues, it doesn't matter what country you're from. It don't matter if you're from America. It don't matter if you're from Europe. It don't matter if you're from Africa. It don't matter where you're from. Black is black, period. It doesn't matter. And it's very interesting to me that I have experienced these type of conversations where apparently there are many people who are considered as pro-black in America. They always do this. They always separate themselves and say, well, we're black American and you're African, or you're black European, so you don't understand the struggles that we had to deal with while being in America. And so they literally separate themselves and say that, in other words, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like they're making themselves more superior because they feel like the problems and situations that they deal with in America is so profound that it's better than the problems that other people from other countries have dealt with, you know? So so far that's how the way I see it as, that's how I see it as too. But let's continue.
And it's disingenuous.
You would not walk down a back alley with two Negroes behind you. Stop.
Hold on.
Now,
Hold on, Lodge. Let them talk, Lodge.
Ma'am,
now,
you would not walk down a back alley
Lodge.
with
We
two
can't
black
hear.
men
Can't
behind
nobody
you.
hear. Let them
You
talk.
know it. You don't live around black people. You live in
I would not
you live
walk.
on a cul-de-sac in a
Sir,
suburb. You don't live around
you
black.
are
Stop.
extremely
You drive a white.
emotional. Right? Why
Ma'am,
are you so
ma'am, because-
emotional right now?
Because what
Now, once again, the thing that Six is doing now, also, like I stated earlier, she was doing this leading, right? She led him into this conversation that she wanted him to be triggered about. Instead of coming in this conversation and being genuine about what she wanted to talk about, right? Which is the actual topic. She wanted to immediately trigger him, and also she wanted to immediately troll him to trigger a emotional response. So therefore, once when she triggered this emotional response with chaotic, now chaotic is in the space of not trying to debate the topic at hand. Now he's in a space where he's trying to defend who he is based on based on her personal standard and her personal belief system. So far, that's what I'm saying with this conversation, that this was what's happening with chaotic so far in this situation. That's my perspective.
Why?
Like
Because
this
why are you saying that
emotion
you
that
wouldn't go
you're
to my country?
exuding
I'm American.
is indicating a bigger problem that you have. What is it that you are trying to fight or convince us of right now?
Okay, Lapeef. Okay, Lapeef. Can we do it like this? Can we just do?
Thank you, Six.
She asked a question, then I answer, and then I ask a question. She answered. Can we do it just like that for a minute, Lapeef?
Well, honestly, I
Can
didn't come here to necessarily have
Can
a
I answer
direct
your
dialogue
Can I
with
answer
you.
your first question?
I think we've heard
Can
enough
I answer
we
your?
kind of
Okay.
get your
Okay.
mindset. The point
Okay.
is this.
It's fascinating that you go on black panels. They ask you a fucking question and you can't give the answer. This
Why
is a
are you
problem in the
using
black community. The
profanity?
only people who restrict my
I thought
freedom
you
of
said you
speech
were a
is
Listen,
black
gentleman.
Carlton
people.
Banks.
It's
Listen,
not white
Carlton
people.
Banks.
It's not Asian
You
people.
need
It's
to
black
calm down.
people, particularly black women.
Your
I have a
pocket
right to give my
protector is in a
perspective.
bunch.
You niggas commit a
Okay.
lot of crimes and you know it. You are
Your
single mothers and you know it.
suspenders are
Stop
too
lying.
tight.
All right, chaotic.
You win.
Now, once again, he got triggered, y'all. Okay, chaotic honestly did really got triggered for real, but once again, this is due to what Six had did to him. Once again, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Six came in with the whole intent to get him emotionally triggered. Um, I don't know if y'all been I don't know if y'all been following me and stuff, right? One thing that I mentioned about the behavior of women, especially modern day women, is that they are known as being master manipulators. Okay, they're known as being master manipulators. This is true. In this situation, this is exactly what Six did to Chaotic. She emotionally triggered him. She use her master manipulation tactic and trigger him to this point to get him totally off the topic of what he needs to talk about. So now this dude then jump into what is known as beta male simping mode. All right, I'm just being real about it. I'm being real about it. But at the same time, I understand why he's triggered now. You know what I'm saying? Because she triggered him. But let's continue.
Park your car in the hood and keep that door unlocked because you know a nigga will take the damn car.
I'm not gonna put you in a locker. I know you have PTSD.
You gotta go on mute. We need to stop.
I'm not gonna take your lunch money, and your pocket protector is in a bunch.
Pretending
His childhood trauma just made an appearance.
Carlton, I don't know what happened to you as a kid, but you are safe here. Nobody is going to take your lunch money here. No one's going to put you in a locker.
You don't live around niggas. Quit
oh my God, are you having a breakdown?
Pretending that you're so black.
Oh my God.
That you're black. You don't like niggas just as much as I don't like niggas. Just as much as Divine don't like niggas.
Why are you here, Katie?
I love black
niggas on this show.
You don't live in the
Why
hood.
are you here?
Oh my God.
Show us your hood right now. I bet you go outside of a cul-de-sac and you got a 12-bedroom house.
You know, I'm really glad that you're exposing your true feelings because everything you said has really come down to what you're saying now.
Show us your BMW. You are not no hood chick. You speak intelligently. You are educated. You know damn well a lot of crime happens in the black neighborhood. You don't live around niggas.
Are you finished?
I do more for the black community anybody does. I taught in a public school. How dare you disrespect me and ask me where my family's from?
This is very unbecoming of you as a man. You need to gather yourself, please. This is not.
You don't live in the inner city.
I thought you said you were a gentleman.
This is very unbecoming.
Yourself like this to women.
And he feels disrespected because Six asked where
his
family. I literally came on here and did not say anything to you.
I just don't understand.
All right, y'all. Now here's Now here's the other part of this. All right, here's another part that I want to point out. And once again, this on dealing with the behavior of modern day women. Um, like I stated earlier. Like I stated earlier, six to be honest, she came in being disingenuous. She came in literally targeting chaotic and literally came in to troll chaotic. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it for exactly what it is. Now, since she has triggered chaotic, now she's starting to play that victim role. It's stuff like, well, I'm the victim. Why are you being this way? You're supposed to be more masculine. You're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to hold your composure. I mean, yeah, true. But at the same time, when you want to manipulate someone like that, and it's all of a sudden, this is going to be the resort that you're going to get. You're going to get this resort where this man end up becoming hypersensitive and very emotional. All based on the question that she said, which does, like I said, she was being disingenuous about that, asking him where he was from, instead of targeting on the question that they was talking about in this debate. But I'm just saying.
Come on, Six the Goddess. Show us the hood you live in. Show us all your ghetto gang banging friends right now.
Why do you
I
have
bet
so much
you don't
energy
live
for
around
women?
niggas. Your next door neighbor's a neurosurgeon. Stop lying. Stop capping like you're some. Oh,
You're
I'm all
a
black. No,
grown
you're not.
man.
Six
What
the
is?
Goddess,
Are you
you're
okay?
lying. We've all been to your Instagram.
He's not
You're
okay.
lying. You live in a mansion. You live in a 12
Oh,
bedroom.
you've been on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Six,
He
I
has-
cannot stand
it's
you, Six.
personal
I
with
can't
this.
stand you.
Sorry, I
It's
had to
Rilla.
I'm trying to be an expert.
personal.
Hey, I see wings. Why
I
don't
think
people
that
ask me
he's
where my
having
family's from?
flashbacks from high school.
Where
Like
they from?
something, he's having some kind of
you don't know anything
memory
about me,
come
ma'am.
back,
Ma'am,
and
you don't know anything about me, ma'am. I've been
you
doing,
need
ma'am, you don't know
treatment
anything
for
about me in high school, ma'am.
PTSD, and I'm
All I
being
know is
serious,
this.
Carlton.
All I know is this. You're caping and you're lying. You
Listen,
don't live around
Carlton,
niggas.
I've
I
come
bet
on
you
here and
won't
I have
cam
not
up.
been able to
I
say
bet you
10
won't
words,
cam up
Mr.
and show us
Banks.
your
I
hood you
asked
live
you
in.
one
You know why? Because you don't
question,
live there.
and you are losing your
You don't
mind.
drive a hoopty. You're lying. You drive a
Oh my
BMW. Show
God.
us your car. Cam up
Everyone,
right
let's
now.
just
Show us
let
your car.
Carlton finish.
Show me your car.
Your
Show us your
pocket
Mercedes. You ain't
protector
got no damn
is
Toyota
sliding out of
Corolla.
your jacket.
Show us
You
your
need to
Toyota Corolla.
straighten your pocket
Show us
protector
your.
and retighten your suspenders. They're falling off of your shoulder. And your tidy whities are in a bunch. You need to pull them out of
Show
your ass
me
crack.
your projects you
There
live
are
in.
no
Sister
lockers
Goddess.
around. You are safe
Show
here.
me.
We're not taking your
Show
lunch
me.
money. Take
Show
breathe in, breathe
Show
out,
me.
please,
Go ahead,
sir.
Mr.
You
Divine.
are
Go
about to
ahead.
pop
Go ahead.
a blood vessel. And I know
I
that
call
you're
out
not from
bullshitters when I
America
see 'em.
by
That's
your
why she got her
hairline.
avatar up.
I know for a fact
It's the goddess.
that
She gotta walk
hairline
in
is a
shower talking about she live in the
non-FBA
hood.
hairline.
Stop.
I don't know why.
See once again, y'all. Six, she came in with the whole intent to straight up troll on chaotic. She didn't come in to have an actual intelligent conversation with him. Right off the bat. She didn't come in to have an intelligent conversation with him. And it's very interesting to me that she see that she's getting what she wants. She sees that she's getting everything that she wants. She sees that she's getting this energy from him. But yet it's still, she's feeding on that as well too. She's feeding on that energy. Sitting up here making disparaging comments to him as well, calling him Carlton, referencing that he's a Uncle Tom coon. That's basically what she's calling him. And she keeps saying these triggering words over and over and over again. Now this dude up here on Chicago really much respect. Chicago really, but I ain't lying, bro. You being a beta male simp up there too, bro. I ain't lying. And who's this dude? Scan Likely. I ain't lying. Y'all kind of simping up there too for 1-6. Just being real about it. So far, I have not heard no type of intelligent dialogue yet. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue, y'all. We're gonna continue.
I asked
nigga,
you.
it's a
That
hairline.
hairline says it all.
That hairline, yada
Okay.
yada yada. You live in a
Hold on,
bad
So I
South.
knew from
You
day
gotta
you're
grow up, nigga.
definitely not American.
Capping, quit
Okay.
lying.
on, man. Hold
What
No, I
you
wouldn't
are
put that as non-American.
No, wait.
Mm-mm.
is you came from
Chaotic, where are you
a
from?
I
Where are your
hate
parents
you.
from,
Hey,
Chaotic?
I hate you.
up. Goddamn, hold on.
he's having a post-traumatic
No
breakdown.
Ma'am, hold on, ma'am. I just got one thing so we can at least get some of this conversation. What did he say that was incorrect? So now he can address it.
Okay. Like I said, I did not come on here to have a
out.
direct dialogue with him. Okay. I came on here to simply join the conversation in totality. Now, what I was asking when this conversation started is, what is our goal here? Is our goal here to say that Black people commit more crimes or that white people don't commit crimes? Are we here to try to say that white people treat each other better than Black people treat one another? My first question, because I've come in kind of late, is what is the real goal and intention here? With everything being said, are we trying to say that as long as Black people commit crimes against each other, that we are doing worse than white people are? Is the goal here to say that until we completely stop committing crimes, that we cannot complain?
Chaotic, you're muted,
What is the
Chaotic.
goal?
80, you like 80 questions in there, baby.
Now, after she done trigger chaotic, and I mean she really got chaotic, bro. If you're watching this right now, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. She got you, bro. She got you. 6 really got you. She really did, bro. But it's interesting. Just like I say, it's interesting that these modern day women, they know how to master manipulate, especially men like that, very well, and they're very good at what they do. 6 is no different from what she did. So after she came on her, triggered this dude, now she wants to have the conversation, because the reason why she want to have the conversation now, based on her behavior, the reason why she want to have this conversation now is because from this point on, she wants to play the victim role. She wants to be the hero. She wants people to see that she is the image of light, and this dude is literally chaotic based on his name, but in a literal sense. She wants to be the God, and she want him to be the devil. She wants to be the angel of life, and she want chaotic to be the angel of destruction. This is why she transitioned herself into start having the actual conversation after the fact. But here's a question that I want to ask y'all, everyone who's viewing right now. Here's a question. Why 6 didn't do this in the beginning? Why she didn't present her one argument right off in the beginning when she first came on here? She could have easily trolled him later, or even trolled him throughout the dialogue. She could have easily did that. But my question is, why did she do that? Why? The reason why is because she came through here already disingenuous, and she already had an intent in mind. And unfortunately, chaotic, you fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker, bro. She got you. I ain't lying. She literally got you, bro.
She all she did was ask him where his parents were from, and he just I just want to know where your parents are from.
No, but look, see, that's why I say we're adults. We don't attack the facts. His parents don't have nothing to do with his.
No, if we are speaking on the
it
American
has to do
justice
with his
system and his
rhetoric.
background is
Right.
not American, yes, that is factual, and yes, that is a factor in this conversation. If I am not, if he is from Ghana and I'm not Ghanaian, I cannot go on his panel and speak to him about the Ghanaian justice system. I'm not from there. So me asking where he's from is actually a valid question.
Actually, the Beyond Sun 6, it's a valid question, but at the same time, he had every right to address the issues in other countries, which he is from America, by the way. He had every right to address issues from other countries. We all do it. Hell, I done seen shows where on your shows on Six where you address other issues from not only from America but from other countries as well. You may address it and you may reference it as a talking point, but that doesn't discredit you from speaking your speech. You can say whatever it is you want to say about it, just like he had every right to say whatever else he want to say about the issues that goes on in Black America. Everybody do it. I do it. Everybody do it. Everyone. So to take away that right from him, that's once again that's being disingenuous. I'm just being honest.
You haven't experienced that system. He experienced the American system.
Experiencing a system and coming from generations and generations from a specific country is a totally different experience.
It's clear as day that
And
he was
and the reality
indoctrinated
is
by
he knows
family
it
that
makes a
wasn't from
difference.
here.
He knows
That's
it
why
makes
he
a
flipped.
difference. And do you know how I know that he knows it makes a difference? Because
he's
he won't
triggered.
answer the question.
Get
he's
this
triggered.
woman off the panel. She is everything was wrong with the Black community.
No,
She's
you
Oh
are
my
everything
God.
She
that
sits
is
up
wrong.
here. She talks
Because
about,
it is
why
100%
this about
factual
Black
of
people?
what's
Why
going
that?
on.
I bet you don't live in the hood around these so-called Black people that you're taking up for. I bet you got
Sir,
the hell out. I bet
do
you don't
you
live around
you
them.
don't know
Show us
me
the
at
hood right
all.
now. Show
We are
us
speaking
your
about
hood
the
right now.
facts
Go
right
outside.
now.
I bet you
You
live on
know
the
nothing
cul-de-sac.
about me. You
I
think
bet you
that
live in a
because I can
7-bedroom house. I
articulate
bet
that
you
I'm
drive
not
a
from the
foreign
hood
whip.
and that
I
I'm
bet you.
rich and live
I
in a
bet
mansion.
you don't
You
live in
don't
the
know
hood. I
anything
bet you don't
about
have
my
an EBT
background or
card. You
where I
don't have
live.
any. You don't have
So
any
calm down.
relations with those people.
No, Lawrence, I haven't heard of the YouTuber. You say the Good Mother? I never heard of the Good Mother before. I'm gonna check that out. All right, I'll check that out.
You're talking about. I do because I was a school teacher. I taught in the public schools for over a
I
decade.
would
You have
never
no
let
idea
you
what you're talking
teach my
about. I was
child.
a probation
What
officer
school did
working
you
with these
teach at? So we
populations.
never
You
ever
no,
send our children there.
no. You hold on because you don't live around these people
Sir,
that you're trying to take up for.
until you recover from this PTSD attack you're having, I'm not talking to you any further.
Let me address this real quick. What June said. He said, by the rules of the internet, if you lose your cool, you lose the argument. Let me address that real quick for you. All right. Now, just because you lose your cool, that doesn't necessarily mean that you done lost the argument. What happens is that it gives the person more of a advantage over you. Okay. Case in point, all right. Whenever a man and a woman have a heated argument, right? What do that woman do? Whenever a man and a woman have a heated argument, what do that woman do? And just about every woman do this, okay? Every last one of them. And I ain't speaking negative about them, but it is to be the reality of their behavior. What every woman do is that when they know that they can't prove their point logically, what they do, they'll go for the jugular. They will attack you in ways where it would throw you off from your argument. Say I'm lying about that. Say for example, you and your girl having a heated argument. Y'all talking about something crazy, controversial. Let's say Black Lives Matter. So y'all talking about Black Lives Matter, all right? You don't agree with Black Lives Matter, she agree with Black Lives Matter, right? And you're logically proving your point to her about why you don't agree with Black Lives Matter, right? So instead of her rebutting that, right, she'll say something, that's why you end up on coming quick in bed. Like what? Like, hello, what? Or that's why your thing small. Like what? That don't even have nothing to do with the argument. But the reason why she do that is because she wanted to trigger you, to throw you off your game about your logical response. That's why she do that. And it could be any old crazy thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be having a heated argument, debate about anything. Then I kid you not, she would bring something up that happened almost like 5 years ago. or she'll bring up something that you had confided in her. You told a secret to her, and you trusted her with that secret, and she ended up taking that and weaponizing that secret to use against you. This is the reason why a lot of men who are part of either the manosphere or the red pill movement, right? This is the reason why they make the argument saying that men should not be vulnerable towards women, is because certain type of women will literally weaponize the things that you share with them, especially when you allow yourself to be vulnerable to them. This is the reason why they make that argument or make that claim. For this very reason. Same thing what Six did to Chaotic. She did this intentionally. She did this purposely to throw this dude off his game. And so technically Chaotic wasn't losing the argument. She just got a upper hand on him in the argument. That's all it is. Because now, notice what she did too. Now, since instead of him thinking logically, now he's thinking with his emotions now. So now this is the reason why she went back and started having a logical conversation or an intelligent conversation. So now she could show that she's the knight in shining armor, that all her points is going to be on point for her because she got an advantage over him. So I hope that addressed that question, June.
Wow. Prove it now.
I am no longer giving you consent to speak to me because you are aggressive and you are emotional and you are having a mental breakdown and you are scaring me, sir. I'm scared. Please stop talking to me, and I do not give you consent to speak to me anymore.
Get out of here then if you don't want to hear me. Get out.
Bye. No, I don't have to get out anywhere. JR said I can be here. This is not your panel. You cannot kick me out.
Get her out.
Do not speak to me anymore. You are too aggressive.
No. You disrespected me first. You asked me about my parents.
I did not disrespect you, sir. Stop lying.
How was disrespectful?
I did not disrespect you at all. Do not speak to me any further. You are being aggressive to me. I am a woman. You are being an aggressive. You are being the aggressive black man. You were just talking about.
No, I ain't about being a black man.
I got you. Wait, hold on, Chaotic.
Get her out of here.
Six is staying. JR is controlling from behind the scenes. So now we're gonna move to Scam Likely. Scam, welcome to the panel.
All right, and also y'all also see the tactic that she used. Once again, I don't even if Six is watching, I'm just like I say, I'm being straight unbiased with this whole situation, but I'm not gonna lie. You came in disingenuous. I'm just being real about it. Then on top of that, you end up using this closing tactic saying that, well, I don't want to talk to you further. Solidifying what I stated earlier is that your whole intentions was that you came on here purposely to troll Chaotic. You didn't talk to nobody else on this panel other than Chaotic. Nor you didn't address the main talking points other the issues that the panel is talking about. You came with the whole intentions to troll this dude and to trigger him. And then when he respond back to you the way that you was expecting him to respond back, now you saying, I digress, and I no longer don't want to talk to him because now he's making me feel some type of way. Truthfully, make it make sense to me.
Six, you're free to stay. We're good.
Oh, I know I'm free to stay. Carlton Banks cannot kick me off this.
Ma'am.
There she go again.
I'm already mad.
I didn't defend her. I didn't talk about her.
Wait, hold on.
The reality is this.
What's wrong with being Carlton
This
Banks?
is the reality. This is what it all comes down to.
You name call him a name call you. You're a single mother. How about that?
Okay, this is what it all comes down to. Okay, thank you. This is what it all.
Yeah, Lawrence, I'll check her out. All right. Yeah, thanks for dropping the link. I'll check her out. Appreciate it.
All comes down to. What it all comes down to is that every crime. Can you shut up?
You're a single
every
mom.
crime that is
Get married. Show us your
always
wedding
a crime of proximity.
Show me your wedding ring, ma'am.
Sir, show me
your
your
wedding
birth
ring, ma'am.
certificate.
My God, who could be in the same room with this woman?
Show
The
me
only
your
thing you got going
passport.
for yourself is you're tall. That's
I
it.
mean, clearly you've been stalking me. You know everything about me. You know I got a baby. You know I'm tall. You know my Instagram. You love me.
Your
You be
name
on my
is
page
Sister
every
Goddess.
day.
What do you
Clearly.
think it means?
I don't know you. I've never heard of you in my life.
Man,
Meanwhile,
I don't
you're
care
looking
if
at
you
my
heard of
pictures
me or
every
not.
day. You know how
I wish
tall I
you would
am.
calm down.
You know
You're
where I live. You
insusceptible.
love
Your
me.
mouth, the way you
Am
talk,
I the
you're
kind of black
uncomfortable.
women that
I can
said
see
no
why
to
man
dating
don't
you
want
in
to
high
come
school?
here.
And that's why the minute I came on this panel, you would.
Let me ask this question also too, especially for the women who are watching right now. Why do y'all go to this shaming tactic? But why do y'all do this? I'm honestly curious about this. Why do y'all do that? Now, Six is going through the stream talking about, well, you've been looking at my IG, you know things about me and stuff like that. In reality, you really like me and all the stuff there. Why do that? Once again, the whole premises of Six coming up here wasn't for the topic. It was straight to troll this dude, and that's what she's still doing, and that's what she's continuing to do. She continued to be disrespectful to him, calling him Carlton, meaning that he's an Uncle Tom. She's doing all these disparaging things to him. Likewise, Chaotic, he's going in on her as well too. Is the things that he said, do I agree with? Absolutely, I don't agree with. But I understand because now he's in a space because he's been triggered. I understand where he's coming from. Just like with Six, I understand 100% where you coming from, Six, because where you coming from was that you had the whole intentions to troll this dude. You didn't come up there to participate in the conversation at all. Because a matter of fact, here's another one. Here's another case in point too on Six. There been on plenty of episodes too that you appeared on the Lapeef Network where y'all had different dialogue and conversation that I had watched personally. Other episodes that you've been on the Lapeef Network, you never came in and you never came in purposely targeting a single person. Say I'm lying. You never came in intentionally targeting a single person. You came in and you was actually having a dialogue, regardless if the panel agreed with you or not. But you was engaging in the overall conversation. You wasn't trolling no one or nothing like that. But my question is, throughout all them other times that you was on the Lapeef Network, my question is, what make this particular episode different? What make this particular episode so different that it appears that the talking points that Chaotic was talking about trigger you in such a way that you felt compelled to come up here, you felt compelled to hit the link, you felt compelled to go up there and troll him the way that you're doing? That's the question I want to ask. Then you want to fall back and try to play a victim role. That's the question I want to ask.
Attack me. That's
Get
what it
out
is.
of here.
Black girls like me never gave it the time of day.
Black
So
girls,
that's
you're
why
an
the minute
adult.
I
You're
came on here and
years
asked
old.
you
You
one
ain't no girl.
question,
You're
you
an
went
adult.
into a post-traumatic
Get her outta
breakdown.
here.
I'm sorry.
I'm
So
sorry.
my point that I wanted to make when I
woman
came
every
on
night.
here.
I'm sorry. Can you imagine?
Yes, Rilla.
One second. I'm just saying 1 second. We're gonna let you finish, and then
Well,
we're gonna
Rilla,
move.
I just
to
want to
the
make
other
my
guy.
point.
I
I really
just wanna
haven't
make
been
my
able to
point.
really speak since I got on here because I have
gotta
triggered.
relax.
Chaotic is the right
Vessel.
name
Her
for him.
mouth is
You're
so
right.
I'm
annoying.
really sorry that women like me never
you are
decided to date
insufferable,
you,
ladies.
but
Right.
I
You are
never knew
so
you. I'm
insufferable.
sorry.
I got
I
you.
I'm
didn't know
sorry.
you.
Listen to
I
me.
really apologize.
No, it's all good.
I'm sorry. I
We're gonna
didn't
let
ask
you
for this.
Six. We're
Get
gonna
her
let
out
you
of here.
finish your point. Chaotic. I'm gonna ask you to stand down.
Sorry. I'm
Respectfully.
going to go on mute. I'm going to
She's gonna finish her point, and then we're gonna move to Scam, and then we're gonna move to Jay Prince.
Submit to that man.
Respect. T. I'm gonna put you in timeout, T. Okay. Six is gonna finish her point. Then we're gonna move to Scam, and then we're gonna move.
Did y'all hear that by what the other lady said too? To my, yeah, you submit to that man. And there's another, once again, That's another shaming tactic energy that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a conversation, constantly trying to trigger this man, all because based on they don't agree with what he's talking about.
To Jay Prince. Go ahead, Six.
Okay, so what it all comes down to is this: crime in general. 70% of crimes committed by any person of any race are committed against their own race. I remember when I was shopping for a Jeep Wrangler, the minute that I decided I was in the market for the Wrangler, all I started noticing was Jeep Wranglers on the road because I was specifically looking for this car. Now, all of a sudden, it seemed like I saw them everywhere. The way that this system goes is this: the police are nothing but an evolved form of a slave catcher. So, this means that they are predisposed to seek out and capture Black people. This is the foundation that they are built on. Now, this is factual. There has been studies on this. I can pull receipts on this if you would like, that Black people are simply more likely to be looked to be committing a crime. If you go looking for something, you will always find it. Look at this most recent interaction that we're talking about with the Courtney Taylor and Christian Abum-Saleh. Courtney Taylor will not go into the books as a murderer. So does this mean that white people murder each other less than we do? No, it simply means that white people, due to the system, their crimes are not registered the same way ours would be registered. It is not about what is actually happening.
Now let me stop here real quick again. All right. Now, once again, now if Six would have had entered in to the panel with this particular talking point, the conversation would have been fine. Because at this particular talking point, I have to agree with her on this. The reason why I agree with her on this is because I have mentioned this on my show as well too, and this deals with the behavior, right? And I want to mention on my show, I was telling y'all about how the algorithm works, right? When you look for a certain type of thing, right? Whether it's on social media, whether it's on YouTube, even if you Google it, right? That algorithm is going to pick up whatever it is that you're looking at or what you're searching about. And it's going to pull out nothing but information pertaining to what you're looking at. Hence the point that she was making about, hey, if you go out and you're looking for a car and you start seeing that car around everywhere and you want to research it and it start coming out everywhere, stuff, everything she was saying, that's true. Because what happened is that you end up becoming hypnotized to that certain thing that you desire. You end up being hypnotized to that certain thing. Same thing with being you either pro-black or anti-black or whatever you want to call it and stuff, right? When you look for that type of information, it's going to feed back to you and it's going to want to hypnotize you. Then it's going to create a certain reality, right? Where you think that this is absolute facts, but in reality, it's really not. So that's to give y'all a perspective too about researching. This is how you truly research a talking point, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, all right? How the way you're supposed to truly research a talking point is that you're supposed to research not only the things that you agree with about it, but you also supposed to research about the things that you disagree about it as well. But what tends to happen is that through our behavior, we either research only the things we agree about or the things that we disagree about only. But we don't keep it right down the middle, research the things that we agree and disagree about it. And this what corrects this certain reality. This is the reason why I am personally the way how I am, is that I don't research things one dimensional, one track. I research the whole entire aspect of the thing, the good parts about it, the bad parts about it, the arguments about it, everything about it, so I could formulate my own personal perspective about it, where it's not coming from just pure level reviews, but at the end, it's coming from my own personal perspective about it. This is another reason why I disagree when people want to come up on panels or they have debates or shows. Then they tend to try to debate using peer level reviews and different things like that, thinking that that's because this person wrote a thesis paper about this, they're thinking that this is 100% facts. I often say all the time that it's nothing in this world is 100% facts. The only thing in this world is perceived thoughts, how the way you perceive it, period. It can be either positive or it can be negative, but it's based on your perception about how the way you overall live your life and your life experiences. Now, y'all may see me like I may type in the comments, and y'all may see me type in the comments or say the word facts. When I say the word facts, I'm not saying literally it's facts. I'm using it as a form of slang, saying that I agree with what you're saying. So yeah, that talking point, if she had came in with that talking point, that would be a great starting point for this conversation. But instead, she used what is known as, hate to say it, she used what is known as black woman tactics and triggered this man. And once again, chaotic, you fell for it, bro.
In real life, it's about what is reported. It is factual that white people are able to commit crimes and not even be arrested for them, not even be charged for them. There will always be instances where a black person may commit a crime and maybe they will not be charged, but it is a very rare occurrence. To sit and say that as long as black people commit crimes against each other, that we are somehow undeserving or as though we are lesser or not as good as other races is not okay. We sit here and say that white people can get together and have fun and not commit crimes against each other. 90% of serial killers are white males. Almost every single mass shooter is a white male. These are white people that go in and kill each other senselessly. No race should sit and create the unrealistic expectation that we are not allowed to commit crimes against each other. Crime is simply a thing of proximity. So it's not fair for us to sit and say, oh, well, black people commit these crimes against me worse and white people don't. At the end of the day, you are not in the white community. You are not aware of the amount of crime that goes on, but they are simply not arrested for it, and it's simply not reported. When it comes down to it, we cannot sit and say that we're only getting pulled over if we have a suspended license or if we have a light out. That is literally not true. And it's so easy to sit and say that because if you can't see past your own front porch, just because something doesn't specifically happen to you does not mean it does not exist. I know that diabetes affects majority of black people. I don't have it. I've never had it, but do I know that it is a thing that affects us as a whole? Yes. Just because it may not have happened to an individual does not mean it's a thing. I always wonder, what is the goal when black people try to convince other black people that racism doesn't exist, that the justice system is not imbalanced towards us? What are you looking to gain from that? And what do you do when the situation happens where it is you in that hot seat? Because the reality is it can happen to any of us.
Fucking dumb.
Let her finish.
I don't give a nigga. This is dumb.
Let her finish. I don't give a fuck if it's dumb, Logic.
Can you please? She said she got these stats.
Logic.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Logic went beta male sim mode on that. Logic got triggered. But this once again, y'all, I want to point this behavior out to y'all, okay? And this based on behavior, and you can look at it this way. It's also based on energy as well too. The energy that Six was presented on this panel caused this negative energy towards these men on this panel. Well, let me put it to you this way. The men who disagree with what she was saying on the panel, because the other men who were simping is going to agree with her, regardless of what she had to say. Regardless if her talking points is true or not or whatever. So I just want to point out the energy that she brought into this whole conversation. Just the energy. Now, once again, I'm gonna keep reiterating. If Six would have came in with the attempt with this talking point she's talking right now, instead of trying to trigger everyone, then this would be a great dialogue. It would have been a great conversation, regardless if they agreed or disagreed, or whatever, and stuff like that. But once again, I'm pointing out that was not her intent. She purposely came on here to troll Chaotic. That's the whole point of this. And now Logic is getting triggered, and guess what's going to happen?
Breathe and go eat your damn DoorDash sushi and calm the fuck down. Let her finish.
She can finish.
Okay, let her finish then.
I'm just saying, ma'am, can you please drop the stats in the back chat? I would like to review it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you can go check out my most recent video. I dropped all the receipts, articles in there. I'm not about to sit and type that in here. I have it all in there. You can go look at it.
Why you would so triggered by her?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, sis. It's like the amount of triggering. I'm really trying to understand why. I'm confused.
It's because you triggering.
Everything you said was true.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
it must ring true in some way because I can't believe the screaming, yelling,
white.
and cussing.
That's not true.
And why are you screaming and yelling and cussing at a woman?
Because you are insufferable, 60 Goddess. I would have to be on blotter.
I've been on this panel for 5 minutes and I'm insufferable.
Keep fantasized about
Let me ask you one question.
No,
he clearly, girl, he stalked me clearly.
You came in disrespecting me, so I'm gonna disrespect you.
I did not disrespect you.
You did disrespect you.
And you're not going to disrespect me. I can promise you that. You're absolutely not going to disrespect me.
We're not going.
You're a single mother. You're 35 years old. Get out of here. Take care of your child.
Hold on.
Why is he?
Wow.
Hold on. Pause.
Wow.
Chaotic. When it's your channel and you host the panel, you can do whatever you want to do, bro.
Yes.
All right. Right now.
This fool
right
Chicago
now,
really over
I'm
here
moderating
tripping.
this shit right now.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Six, I appreciate you. Stay up if you want. You're more than welcome. Please, family, be respectful. Like, what the fuck? Scam. What you got for us, man? Welcome to the show.
Chaotic thinks because he's in the upper left corner that he thinks that because he's in JR's little spot right
that he's
Chaotic,
JR's
on that
he's just insulting people left and right tonight.
And he started.
See, what? Huh? Now, once again, y'all, while I started this video right at the point where Six came up and stuff, right? So y'all let me know unless I'm seeing something differently. When throughout this whole dialogue, when was Chaotic ever being assaulted to them other than the point where Six started triggering him? Now I also seen the beginning of this as well too. I've seen the beginning of this whole live, and I was listening to everybody talking points as well too. And so far, and now once again, everything that everyone's saying, they was giving their perception about how the way they feel about the topic at hand. There's no right and there's no wrong. You're just having a conversation, right? So why is it that even with Kay, I think this other girl right here, why is it that they are triggered as well to what only Chaotic is saying and not nobody else? There have been a whole lot of things where it been an agreement or disagree, but some reason they're focusing on Chaotic. Now, once again, like I said, I'm being unbiased with this. I'm just calling it for what it is. Once again, they're sitting up here using these little tactics and sitting up here poking at this dude, literally. And now they're trying to play this like victim-like role as well too.
Off with it when you
like he came at me when I first got on here. Like, why do men sit and stalk your page? They sit and stalk everything about you and then claim they don't like you. He talking about my height, my age, my child. Meanwhile, I don't know anything about you. Like, sir, you're clearly obsessed with me.
Who said I didn't like you? I said
you're obsessed.
I never said I didn't like you.
You
never
just
said
called
that.
me
I said you are
insufferable.
insufferable. Yes,
You're
that doesn't mean I don't like you.
obsessed with me,
Insufferable.
sir.
You are a nag. You nag.
You are
That's how you're
literally
chaotic.
obsessed
I
with
admit
me.
insufferable. Yeah, I don't
You're
like
in
you.
love with
for you
me.
to display
I'm
some
not in
grace.
love with you.
You're absolutely
Chaotic.
in love with
Dang,
me.
first of all, you're a single mom. I would never be in love with you.
You're
And
in
second
love
of all,
with
I'm
me
married.
and you're
Stop that
obsessed
right
with
now.
me.
Stop.
Clearly. You're
Okay.
obsessed.
Thank you, Logic, for that. Listen, okay. 6. Thank you. Please stay up. Chaotic. I'm asking y'all for grace, please. We got to get through these calls. Y'all see the timer. All right. I got to work in the morning. I want to fuck around with you.
This fool say we got to get through these calls. Y'all is not a call-in show. What in the hell is Chicago talking about? Y'all's not a call-in show.
Y'all. Scam, what you got for us, man? Welcome to the show, Scam. As always, brother. What's the word?
Oh man. Am I gonna be able to get 8 words out? Damn.
Yep, nobody's gonna interrupt you because Logic's gonna set the timer up for you in a second. Logic's gonna hit you with the timer.
Oh, well, there is no black community. It's dead. All this chaos that I see, this is actually, I don't even have to say that many words. This proves what it is.
Exactly.
Does anybody want to participate in this?
All right.
Like,
What you got, Jay?
put your family in this? Are you serious? I
Why
identify as
are y'all here? Why are you here?
You're participating in it right now.
Better
man,
off
You know what
going
I'm
to
talking
White
about?
panel. These women cannot listen to you. So you
3
better off
seconds.
going to a white
Chaotic.
panel.
You have been talking
5,
about how black
6
panels are,
seconds.
and you knew that everyone here was black.
Terrible.
And
You
you
cut
came
me
here
off the
anyway.
first time I
I'm
got on
trying to
here.
figure out
Just
what is
letting y'all
black.
know.
Okay. All right, Kay. We could ask the same question to 6. What was the whole point of 6 coming up there? We asked the same question, right? If we're being fair about it, we can ask the same exact question with 6 because once again, 6 didn't come up there with the whole intent having talking points about what y'all talking about. At least this dude came up here and was addressing the actual talking point. At least he didn't come up there and say, I hate black women and all these different things like that. At least he didn't do that. At least he didn't come up there trolling. At least he didn't do that. I'm just saying.
The black community.
Wait. I'm just letting y'all know. Scam is 18, 19, 20 seconds in. He's got 120 seconds to get his points out. We on timers right now.
It's a shame. But it's usually the women talking over the men, and it's usually some dudes talking some old stuff and whatever. But when I go to the black community, which doesn't really exist, I look around, all I see is wigs. Wigs and more wigs. When I look around, all I see is wigs. All I see is wigs.
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Wow.
My G,
Wow.
Scam,
my
you
G
up
had
for
a
that,
song
man.
and everything.
I had points, but they just wouldn't stop talking. They just wouldn't.
But let me ask you this. So since when, as men, did we start navigating how we conduct
There
ourselves?
is no we. We is done.
The men are done?
No, men have decided we ain't participating in that.
So
we're going independent because we can't work with this. This is death. That's a heart attack waiting.
Okay.
Ain't nobody work with this. Look at it. Would you take $20,000 and invest in this? Can you build with these people?
Well, I'm up to my...
The answer to that question, y'all, and I'm be real with y'all. Nope. Nope.
Said that men should be building with men. So
that's why they're jumping ship and going independent. This.
Yeah. All right. If that's what it is, Scam. Simp Panderson. You got too many names for me, brother. Let me move on to Jay Prince. Logic say your time is up. Reset that timer, Logic. Let me go ahead. Jay Prince, we staying on this timer, bro.
All right.
Nice shirt though.
Oh, thank you. I want to go back when y'all was talking.
Hold on, with your old Joe Torre looking at with that shirt on by.
You look at you gonna roast me already. Look, you done took up 20 of my seconds, man. I get 40. No, look. I I want to go back when y'all was saying with the what women want from a man, and y'all got on top about the safety when they got off that. I think that women want more safety before provision. I'm giving you a little side note. Like when I was with my girl that I was with like for 5 years, right? She's real beautiful and everything. I got her tattoo, whatever. In our first in the beginning of our relationship, she should be treating me all kind of way, making me feel like, you know, like I'm should be grateful to have her, right? And I didn't
Like
have
that?
much. I didn't have much then, right? But we went to the club, right? And this
Hey, real quick, y'all, real quick. I want to acknowledge that. Look how these last two gentlemen came up here, right? They said what they had to say, and they got off. This dude right here is addressing a certain talking point that they've been talking about on this show. He didn't come up there to troll. He didn't say, you know what, Kay, you're ugly. You know what I'm saying? He never did that. He come up here, he's talking this talking point, I'm gonna step down. Once again, why was it so hard for Six to do that? Why was it difficult for her to do that?
dude was sitting up there, was trying to holler at her, and she kept saying, "No, I got a man, I got to do whatever." But he got disrespectful. Then I hopped in, and we got violent. And she see in that particular incident.
Oh wow, Michael, I'm doing the review. He's not actually up here, right? But appreciate you tuning in, bro.
I won with the little physical battle, whatever. Ever since then, she was more submissive to me. To the point where it been times like in the beginning of our relationship, I didn't have a dollar. We lived in my van. And men was still trying to holler at her, and she still stuck in that van with me and was shooting men down in the beginning of our relationship. So yes, I believe that women would rather have a man that's willing to protect them and make them feel safe more than provisions, because women will ride with you and help you, build to get to wherever point that y'all need to get to. But she need to know if a woman got a man and men don't know, if other men don't know that her man will ride for her, she in a dangerous situation. Ladies, if y'all get with a man and other men don't know that your man is crazy as hell and won't play about you, you in a dangerous situation. You might as well let dude go.
All right, Jay Prince. Now I gave you extra 20 seconds because you said I took some time off.
Damn, I was finna get to the last point.
No. You got your own time of the night. Sit your ass right there. Sit your ass right there.
What y'all think about that though? What you think about that, really?
Nope. We on time is tonight. I'm gonna be in Milwaukee in June for Juneteenth, I think.
I have an opinion, Mr.
Juneteenth dead.
I have an
Milwaukee.
They Juneteenth. They done shot up Juneteenth so many years. People don't really go no more.
Oh man. Okay. All right, go ahead, Chaotic. Go ahead, Chaotic.
Jay Prince, salute to you. So I think you
Mother boy, you ain't shit, bro.
I'm a solution-based conservative content creator. The solution is to stay away from niggas, particularly black clubs, because you go to these clubs and these things happen. People are disrespecting. You said a man was disrespecting your girlfriend, correct?
Right.
And that's typically what happens when you go to these places. You know, the best thing to do, and I know you're grown, but I'm just saying this, and I said this earlier, a nice walk in the park. I don't know if you're by a beach, something safe where there's other groups of people around, because there's a major problem that goes on in these communities. And I know people are going to get upset with me. They're going to pretend like they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But you yourself said that you had to get violent with another black man because that black man disrespected your wife or significant other. And this happens all the time. And that's all I'm saying. I do consultations on this with the black problem, and we are a violent culture, and we need to address this. But salute to you, sir, for taking up.
Why are we violent?
Hold on, guys.
Yes, sir.
I got you, Jay Prince. I know how you do, JR. We might need to look at getting him a contract to get him his own show, because I know he'd be wanting to cook and I get it, because the question that I would have for chaotic truth is, I need you to show.
Wait a minute, what? He said he need to look to get him a contract to get him his own show. What the hell? So they hold up. So he needs their permission for him to become a content creator on YouTube. Is that what I'm hearing? What? since when did we do this? Black people? Get him a contract so he can have his own show? Bro, all you got to do is create a YouTube channel if you not already have one, and hit the play button, bro. You good. You don't have to be contracted with everybody. Instead just to get your content. What the I done heard it all. Boy, I tell you. Hey, Chaotic, salute, bro. Salute, welcome.
Show me where you implemented these solutions that you speak of and they work. It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical. We can come back to it in after hours if you're gonna stick around for after hours. Jay Prince, if you want to stick around for after hours, we can get into it then. But right now, we're gonna get to Tamikia. Tamikia?
Hey.
Did I say it right, Tamikia?
No, it's Tamika.
My bad.
Hey, Tamika.
Why you not cammed up? You the youngin', right?
I am.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's late, y'all.
Yeah.
It's really late, y'all. It's like 2:00 in the morning. Y'all tripping. People gotta work in the morning, but I did need to get on here. Is it chaotic? Dang, 6 dropped down. I'm so sad.
Yeah, salute to you, by the way, Tamika.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, you know, I live in the greatest.
So before chaotic do its rebuttal again. Here we go again. Now out of oh my goodness. Okay. Instead of coming up to this show, being wholehearted, talking about the talking points of the show, it appears that it's the women that are coming up there purposely just to come up here and have a dialogue with chaotic. This is not I ain't lying, this is not chaotic show. This is the Lapeef Network show. And y'all coming up and talking to chaotic like he's the celebrity up there. I'm just saying. But let's hear what she got to say.
This country on the planet.
I believe that.
I'm in all health, and I'm doing awesome, just like any other day. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know, why did you think it was okay to come undone in the manner in which you did with 6 on this panel as a grown man?
Okay. Hear me out for a minute. Let me answer your first question. I know when dealing with Black people and their questions, you're going to ask me a question and talk over me. Not you, but that generally happens. 6 the Goddess, if you go back, came on this panel. She didn't say, "Hey, chaotic truth. Hey, how you doing, brother? Awesome. Good day to you," like you did. You came on very pleasant and nice. 6 the Goddess didn't. 6 the Goddess said, "Where your parents from? Where it is from?" To me, that is offensive. It is offensive because she is implying something. Now, she didn't say what she was implying, or she didn't say it, but what she is implying is that I don't have a right to critique the very same community that I've taught in, that I worked in the courts for, and that I've done all types of community service engagement for with my fraternity and with other social organizations that I've been a part of. There is a major problem in the Black community. I don't care about what happens in rural white communities, in Asian communities. I'm not Asian. I'm not white. I care about Black people. I don't have to worry about white people gunning me down or doing anything to me. That's Black people. So what I'm saying is that I have solutions on the Black problem. And one of them is when I said, or I don't know if you've been listening to the entire show.
Yes,
one of the problems is that Black people should embrace conservatism. Conservatism being going back to how Blacks were in the past. The importance of nuclear families.
Wrap it up, bro.
I got you. The importance of not doing drugs and alcohol, and the importance of women, especially being domestic. Even if we just did those little snippets, we will be a step closer to eliminating a lot of the social ills in our community. But 6 the Goddess didn't want to hear that from me. She came on, "Where your mom? Who your mom? Where they from?"
That's not at all what I said. You're gonna stop lying on me. No, Rilla, I'm sorry. Rilla, I'm sorry. He lied on me, so I get to defend myself.
You good.
When did he lie though? Okay, y'all been so far, y'all been reviewing this whole review with me, right? We've been saying the same exact thing, right? So I'm trying to figure out, when did Chaotic lie on her? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where everything, I'm just being honest, everything he said was the truth that actually happened. 6 came on there. She came on there wholeheartedly to straight up troll Chaotic. It is what it is. I don't understand why she don't want to accept this truth. That's what she did. The only time she had a great talking point was after the fact, when she came on there to troll Chaotic. But once again, like I point out again, the only reason why she mentioned that talking point is because she wanted to convert over to where she appears that she's the victim. She wants to appear that she's the knight in shining armor. She wants to appear that she's the angel and Chaotic is the devil. He's the enemy. So he wanted to shift. She wanted to purposely and manipulatively shift the focus on making him being the bad person, all because she didn't agree with his talking points, instead of just having an actual intelligent conversation and stating your claims, the reason why you disagree. That's what I've been seeing so far throughout this whole dialogue.
Excuse me.
All you gotta do is go back and listen to it.
No. You're not gonna lie on me. I did not come on here talk about who your mom
I
is.
got you. 6, I got you.
No, I would like to speak for myself, please.
Any woman
I would
named
like to speak for
Nefertiti,
myself,
Yeah,
please.
you gotta relax, bro. You gotta
I
relax.
would like to speak for myself,
You
please.
will, 6. Give
Okay.
me 1 second.
Now, if we're gonna speak on
Wait,
what
6,
actually
6,
happened, that's one
finish.
thing, but
Wait,
you're not gonna come in here and
Why
you're
did
not
you
gonna
cut
lie
off
on me.
Tamika?
I came in here and I asked.
Here's another thing I want to point out too, and this is now this, to be honest, this perfectly goes along with the statement that Cam Newton made. Cam Newton had made a statement that he preferred that a woman not only cook, but they learn to be silent. The times that Chicago Riller told Chaotic, all right, bro, be quiet. Guess what Chaotic did? He be quiet. He yielded. He said, okay, bro, this your show, cool. But notice what's going on now. Chicago Riller is telling 6 and these other women as well, hey, okay, chill, let everyone talk. But guess what she's doing? She's continue talking, being disrespectful. Continue talking and talking and talking, showing right off the bat that she don't neither value this dude authority or him moderating this platform. Am I lying about that? But once again, I'm just calling it for the way I see it. Just calling it for what I see it.
Ask you, where are your parents from?
Why did you cut off Tamika? She wasn't done, ma'am.
Pause. Everybody pause. At some point, y'all gonna have to let me, like I've been asked to run this, y'all gonna have to respect that and let me run it. I'm asking y'all respectfully. I'm gonna give everybody their time. Tamika, you deferred your time to Chaotic. He took up your 2 minutes. He actually took up, like, we gave him an extra 30 seconds. So I'm gonna have to give 6 an opportunity to respond. We're not gonna do a back and forth on this one. 6 is gonna respond, and then we go into Nathan. Y'all want to tune in for the after hours and finish it there, then we can. But we gotta move this along. Whatever other callers we got left, because we coming up on 5 hours, and people gotta go to bed. They gotta work in the morning. We do the after hours, and then we get it in that way. JR, is this the last one?
Oh Lord, why did you bring her up here?
Hold on.
I was nice to you, Chaotic. I just want to make that point. I did not cut you off. I didn't do any of those things that you said. But why is she on this panel?
Hold on. She's entitled to be on the.
Hold on, this girl came straight up here eating some chicken, bro. What the hell? Oh man. Hey, money boy, this girl doing a you. This straight pulled up eating some wings.
panel. She supports the show. But we're gonna let Six Logic. If you can start the 2-minute timer, we're gonna let Six respond, and then we're gonna get to Mr. Nathan. Okay.
Okay.
Chaotic. I need you. If you have a point, I need you to just put a pin in it. I don't think Six going nowhere. So I just need you to put a pin in it. Then we'll go back to it in after hours.
I'm respecting, sir. I'm on mute.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a
Go
peaceful
ahead, Logic. Go ahead, Six.
Okay. First of all, I will not be lied on. I did not come on this panel and disrespect anyone. I did not come on this panel and say who your mama is. I came on this panel and I said, "Sir, where are your parents from?" So I just want to make that clear. I don't know this man. I did not come on here and disrespect anyone. Second of all, I think it's very ironic to sit and say that it's Black people who are violent when white people have literally went around committing genocide, mass shootings, stealing people's land, and are the number one serial killers in the entire world. It's the irony. But it kind of just shows his mind and where it's at and how he perceives things. Because even when I, as a Black woman, came on here and respectfully asked, "Where are your parents from?" the way he heard it was, "Who your mama is." So it goes to show that even if we are conducting ourselves in a normal manner, he has his mind made up already as to how he will digest it, which is why I wouldn't really even continue to entertain this conversation with him. But I want to make it very clear that I was lied on and I did not come on this panel and say who your mama is. And that's all I will say. I only debate my equals, everyone else I teach. If you are uneducated on how all this works and you already have your mind made up to hear things in a certain way and that white people are good and we are bad, then I won't have any conversation with you. But I want to make it very clear, I did not come on here and disrespect anyone. And do not speak to me any further. I do not give you consent to speak to me. You were extremely aggressive towards me, and I'm scared. And I would appreciate if the other men on the panel would enforce my saying I do not consent to him speaking to me any further and help me enforce that against him. Thank you.
All right. So wait.
What the hell? Hold up, man. Hold up. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. 6. Oh my God. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. 6 came up on the panel trolling this dude. She started this. Then she gonna end this by saying, "I don't want to speak to him no longer. I don't consent." Notice the terminology that she used too, right? Notice the terminology that she used. She said consent. Question. Let me ask y'all this question. Everyone who's tuned in. Whenever anyone uses the word consent, what do that mean? What do that mean? Especially in this modern day. What do that mean? Everyone's gonna tell you what it means. Whenever you hear a person use consent, especially a woman use that word consent, it normally reference dealing with a sexual encounter. It normally references a sexual consent. This is the whole point of why they had this what's that, Me Too movement? It's because these certain women, who are, by the way, were feminists, okay? They created this movement just for the simple fact to exercise their right of consent, regardless of the fact if they initiate it or not. So this is the reason why I'm bringing this up to y'all, is because notice what I said earlier. She came with the whole purpose of trolling this dude. She came up there with the whole purpose of triggering this dude. She came up there with the whole intent to now play the victim role and saying, now I don't consent to you. Now, if you continue to do these things that you're doing to me, which in reality, he really never did anything to you other than respond back to what you initiated. Y'all see how this add up? Even with a sexual encounter, there be situations where the woman will literally initiate the encounter. And they'll initiate the encounter and they'll push the encounter to a certain point. Then finally they'll say, no, I don't want to. And they have the expectation for the dude to immediately yield. But here's the kicker to that. Even with dealing with a sexual encounter too, and I'm not condoning the R word or anything like that. I'm just giving y'all a perspective, okay? Even when it gets to that point, that dude has already became what? Emotionally attached in that situation. So now, instead of him thinking logically, he's thinking emotionally now. Same as that with this situation here. Now, he's not thinking logically with the situation, he's thinking emotionally with the situation. So therefore, now, she's using these words to my consent. I no longer want to have to deal with I want to deal with the situation. And on top of that, she had the audacity to tell the moderator that you better comply with what I just said. That's basically what she said. She had the audacity to tell the moderator that. Meaning that, in other words, look, Negro, I'm controlling all of it. I'm running all of this. In other words, I'm running this. Because I'm a woman, I'm a strong woman, or as if she want to say a strong black woman, I'm a strong black woman, and you're going to abide by the terms of endearment that I'm doing, even though I'm the one who caused all this. That's basically what she's saying. And so now she's setting up, now it becomes a victim role. Now she's putting herself into the area that she's the victim in this whole situation. She's even said that Chaotic was saying things that made her feel uncomfortable. These are the triggering words that they say when dealing with a sexual encounter. These are the type of words that these type of women say when they dealing with this type of encounter. So here's my question. Even in this situation, what do y'all think need to happen? What do y'all think that not only Chaotic, but especially the men on this panel, what do you think they need to do? Especially since she's taking it to this level. But what do y'all think? But we gonna continue, like, let's get through this. We almost done. We're almost done with it.
Wait, because I said at the outset, I'm asking for men to be disciplined, because I said at the outset we're gonna allow her to respond because you invoked her name. Yes. And then if you had something else, I'm asking.
And here's another thing too, y'all. I'm sorry. Here's another thing too. Chicago, really, bro. You really was simping for Six and these women up here for real. I ain't lying. You really were. You really were. These women were sitting up here being unruly to you as being the moderator. They was talking over you. But at the same time, you want to ask these dudes up here that you got to want to yield. You have to be respectful. When these women is not there, it should be across the board. It should be, oh, since you're a man, you got to show restraint because you're a man. No, it should be across the board with everyone. Him, her, everyone up here, including yourself.
asking you to put a pin in it.
No, it's not about her. It's not about her. I do have
Okay.
something.
So I do want to get to Mr. Daly.
Okay. Again, I'm real quick.
Wait, hold on. Logic, restart the timer because I'm gonna give him 60 seconds on this.
Okay.
The fact we gotta use timers though.
Oh, okay. He said 60
seconds.
Okay. Again, and I'm gonna respect the request. If America or any other Western country is so bad, there are 60 plus African and Caribbean nations where Black people are the dominant population. Some countries have 99.9% Black Bantu African people, like Liberia does, for example. So if America is so bad, so racist, so oppressive, leave this great capitalistic country that has a great infrastructure, great education system. You could be anything you want to be here. Leave this country and go live in one of these beautiful Black African or Black countries that people supposedly love and adore. So go there. I digress. Thank you, Rilla.
Got you. I want to get to Brother Nathan. Real quick. Welcome to the show, Brother Nathan. You are now rocking with the greatest.
Man,
for the panel, man.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I stepped into World War V up in here. Y'all going back and forth. This shit is wild. I came to kind of make some corrections on some of the information that was being put out, the statistics that was being talked about in reference to policing, reference to the violence in our communities. I don't know where six.
I'm gonna give old girl over here some attention because obviously she really want attention while she jump on this panel. So I'm gonna give her some attention real quick. So pretty much she up here, she keep clicking her camera on and out because she want to be recognized. She want people to acknowledge her. That's why she keep doing what she's doing based on her behavior. That's what she's doing. And it's kind of fitting that we're talking about this, and it's fitting that a lot of modern day women resemble the same type of behavior as what she's doing right now, where they want to be acknowledged. They want the attention to be focusing on them instead of them being respectable of the platform. They want the attention to be focusing on them. Now I have to say this as well too. The only woman up here on this platform that been quiet the whole entire time is Courtney. The one that's up here, Courtney. She's the only one up there that's been quiet the whole entire time. She haven't jumped on there. She haven't been rudely. She haven't been disrespectful or anything like that. She just listening. But I digress.
Six goddess, what's her name? Six. Well, I don't call nobody gods, but wherever Six went, her information was grossly inaccurate. And I just believe that if we're going to be educating our people on facts and truth, we need to make sure we have the accurate information, and we need to make sure we have a proper discussion about it. Since this channel, the Peace Channel, is a very powerful channel, it commands the attention of a lot of our people in our community. And if we're going to talk about information regarding the Black community in reference to police relations, deaths, we need to have accurate information. And so everything that I heard her say was grossly inaccurate. And I think it's something that needs to be discussed. I mean, we could talk about it one at a time because there's a lot of information. If you want to start with one section, we can pick it apart. We can start.
Maybe you and Six can team up and y'all do a YouTube discussion. It sounds like a fire show. Approach her in the right manner, and I think she'll be down to have the conversation. She's really cool. I watch your channel and I support her. And Nathan, I like your perspective. I think it'll be an awesome conversation for the culture to see.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, what was something that you heard? Because there was a lot of stuff that was said.
That was actual facts.
So I know this isn't my channel, but you guys, to be honest and be completely honest, I'm very transparent. It's very impossible to have a conversation with people arguing and going back and forth. So if someone's talking, I just ask that if I'm up here, let's all just be respectful, because we can't educate anybody if we're going back and forth and cutting people off. All right. When we have these discussions and these conversations, emotions need to be out of it. I can show you guys where to find the information, how to look it up yourself, CDC, FBI facts. But but honestly, guys, we cannot have this conversation with people and their emotions, because it's a difficult conversation to have. All right. So,
I'm sorry. Hold on one second, brother Nathan. Logic. I know people were cutting in on him. I'm gonna offer him grace. Can you reset the timer, Nathan? I want to give you an additional 2 minutes, respectfully, to address one thing that you heard that Six said, and nobody's gonna cut you off.
Sounds good.
Address it, and if anybody has something to add or to, I guess, counter or whatever, I'm just asking that you put a pin in it, really quick. Logic, is you there? Logic, you off your square?
I know. Just
all right, hold on. Once it gets okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, it's a lot. There was a couple things she talked about. I think I heard something about slave patrols, that policing started from slave patrol. That's not true at all. That's absolutely not true. I challenge everybody to do their own research. It's not true. Slave patrolling actually started in the South. Policing already existed in the North. It had nothing to do with that. When the South learned how to police, it was already taking place in the North. The first police departments were New York and Boston, and Chicago after that. And then as policing went to the South, the slave patrols, who were actually slave patrols, they were people who volunteered to catch slaves. When their police departments formed, the slave patrols signed up to be police officers. That's the origin. All right. I have a video on my channel.
Actually, I'm from the South, and I know that what he just said is untrue. By the way, now keep in mind, back in the day, every state had what is known as policing and stuff, right? But there's a difference between slave patrolling and actual policing. And what sometimes what people tend to do is that they correlate slave patrol and policing all into one bundle, saying that it's the same as that thing. But during that time, it wasn't the same as that thing. That's basically what he's talking about.
I have the receipts under the video, and you can do your own research. In reference to, I believe someone said something about the homicides in the Black community. Chaotic said 3% of Black men. No, Black men make up approximately 6% of the Black community. We are about 13.5% of the population. When it talks about violent crimes, Black men commit the most of the violent offenses in this country. We commit almost half of the violent offenses in this country. Who commits the most crime in general?
That's
White people.
Yep.
White people are 60% of the population. They commit the most crimes. Blacks commit approximately 50% of the violent offenses. We kill each other approximately 7,500 homicides on average a year committed by Black people. White people kill themselves approximately a year, 4,000, and they're 60%. I think Six said something about proximity. Proximity is irrelevant. Proximity has nothing to do with the amount of crime that Black people commit against themselves. It's far too high.
Now, once again, I want to point out once again, y'all. I want to point out once again. Notice how the energy is when Six had left that panel. Notice how everyone immediately became calm when Six left that panel. But y'all gonna see. Six gonna come right back up there. The energy gonna change again, and it's gonna become chaotic again when she get up there again. Watch, and I'm just being real.
We're only 13%. So I don't know why people say that, and I don't know why people say disproportionate, because crime is about crime, and the effect of crime and policing has everything to do with behavior. So again, we have to be very mindful when we throw these numbers out. In reference to that, I know there's a lot of stuff said. There's just a lot of information. Like I said, we need to correct that data and that statistics. And in reference to policing, Black officers started policing in this country in 1867. All right, so let's be clear. The first African Americans started policing in Alabama, and then I believe Louisiana had the largest police department, then Texas. All right, so we gotta understand our history before we start speaking. I suggest we bring up people who are qualified to talk about it, so that we don't confuse our community about information and spread unnecessary propaganda. That's how we get shot by the police.
Well, in that case, I'll have to disagree with him on that. For some strange reason, we are programmed thinking that we need to have quote unquote people qualified to have a conversation. I don't agree with that. You don't have to be qualified to have a conversation. Once again, you don't have to be qualified to have a conversation, because if that be the case, we have to end up defining what it means to be qualified to have a conversation. If you're thinking because you have a piece of paper that acknowledge that you have a PhD or a bachelor's degree or whatever, and you think that qualify you for a conversation, then I disagree with you on that. I disagree. Anyone who is intelligent could anyone who is intelligent is qualified to have a conversation, period. No matter what the conversation it is. It could be about a conversation about economics. Anyone with intelligence is qualified to have a conversation, period. You don't need no person who been in the school for 20 years to have a conversation about a subject. That's something that I just don't agree with. Now, I have years and years of knowing the experience, but I also have the education as well too. But just because I have that, that doesn't mean that I'm just highly qualified than the next man. That it don't mean anything. Just like I stated, and I'm gonna say again, as long as you are intelligent, you automatically qualify to have a conversation. Period.
Because we think that the stuff the media is teaching us is fact, and it's not. And just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So for any conversation people have about what black officers have done, I mean, what white officers have done to black people, I can show you 2 other situations where a white officer has done the exact same thing to a white person. All right. So we just have to be careful. We have to be mindful. It's one thing I talk about all the time on my channel. So if anybody has any questions, I can answer anything directly.
Appreciate you, Nate. Are you willing to stay up for a second?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Question, Nathan. Do you think that there are racist practices in the criminal?
Hold that thought, Kay. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link after I finish this on review. I'll drop the link for y'all if y'all want to pull up and have a dialogue about this, all right? But I'm gonna drop it after it, all right? So hang in there. We almost done. All right? But we're at the last part of this, all right?
Justice system.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, the problem is there's racist people everywhere. And white people are 60% of the population. Black people are 13%. We don't even have our hands in businesses and professions that we should have our hands in. So the more that we don't step up and actually put ourselves in position of power, we're basically saying we're allowing white people to do the job for us. I get insulted. I get dragged. They call me names. They call me a sellout. They call me a slave catcher. They call me an Uncle Tom for being a police officer. I know black men and women who will be great police officers that want to patrol our community, but choose not to do it because they feel like they're going to be ridiculed and disrespected by their own people. So again, we have 700,000 police officers that patrol this country of 350 million people, right? And on top of that, 700,000, there's 12% of them are African American. So again, we don't have enough black people who do this job or want to do it. Fear of retaliation, right? We glorify our gang members. We glorify our drug dealers. We do not glorify the positive things in our community. So nobody wants to do the job. So if we're not present.
Nope, I appreciate that, brother Nathan. I just if you're gonna hang out for a second, please do. I just want to acknowledge Jedi Mike pulling up to the panel. Jedi Mike, man, we so proud of you, my G. Welcome to the panel. What you got for us, bro?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. But yeah, I was kind of sitting back here watching just the craziness of what's been going on for like the last few hours and stuff. But again, like the sentiments or whatever, I'll just share what's going on. This is absolutely ridiculous, going to a point that we are continually divided. I agree, share with Tamika. I think that on that particular topic for you, Nathan, and knowing what you do on your platform, I think it'd be probably a better space to have that with Six, to hopefully try and break that narrative. Hopefully have a conversation. I know she's willing to have that with you. I also watch her content as well. But yeah, that's just kind of like really my 2 cents on that.
I got a question.
So he pretty much came up there simply for Six. That's what it sounds like, right? Jedi Mike, say it ain't so, bro. Say it so you didn't come up there simple for Six. Simple for Six. Say that should be a slogan. Simple for Six. But no, I know you didn't come up there, Jedi Mike, just come up there simple for that girl. Because the stuff that she's saying, it wasn't really accurate until she started making the point about the policing and all the stuff and the behavior about when people doing that research and all this stuff there. You know what I'm saying? That was the only talking point that I actually agree with her on. But the whole targeting chaotic and everything like that, no, she wasn't. No, she was out of pocket on that, bro. She was out of pocket on it.
I want to add this point, Rilla. Check this out. In the chat right now, they calling him a pig, right?
And
so wait, let me get to this. Let me take this shit off.
That's what he is.
He a pig.
Wait, hold on.
He good.
I got it. You a pig, and you a dumbass nigga.
No, you the dumbass niggas. I'm telling you.
Fuck you puss ass nigga. That's the dumbass nigga shit. You dumb as fuck. This man do what your sorry ass couldn't do.
And well, you 12 with him then.
Fucking pig.
You a 12 with him then.
Okay, yeah, bitch. Guess what?
Yo, Logic.
You's a bitch.
Fuck that whole shit. This is our problem.
Well, hold on.
You don't call that man a pig.
How come you gonna keep me with me though?
And he probably did more in his fucking goddamn life as a cop than you did.
And guess what? You a fag.
Wait a minute.
Logic.
He got to
come
go.
on, man. Come on,
he got to go. He got to go.
Wait, let me say this. Let me say this. Wait. Everybody calm down.
What is they got going on up there, bro? Is this troll the speaker night or what? Helping or tripping, bro? I want Chicago really ask Logic to do like, hey man, say what you gotta say, bro. That dude came in hot, came in straight trolling this dude. Why do y'all do that? Why is it? I'm not understanding. Why is it so difficult to just sit down like grown people and have a grown person conversation? Period. Why is it so hard to do that without throwing shots, without going under the jugular, with all these insults and everything? Why is it so hard to have a conversation without doing all that? Because the moment when you do that, it's going to automatically trigger that person. Then all they're going to do, they're going to be going back and forth, back and forth. Then you no longer, it's not going to have a conversation no more. Because at that point, you're trying to prove each other instead of trying to listen for understanding. So why do we do that? Why do we do this?
Everybody calm down.
That's
and let
ridiculous.
me say this. Let me say this because I know Jay Prince still listening. Let me say this. Let me be clear.
That was
hold on, Logic. Hold on. And that's why I was asking, let me handle that part.
No. I'm a man. I can handle.
I know you are, but I'm talking about the part where somebody's.
Rilla, I did 22 fucking years in the army.
Facts.
I done got shot. I done jumped out of
JJ,
airplanes.
what's up, bro?
I done did all kind of crazy shit. And for some sorry ass nigga to sit here and say somebody to do something,
I agree with you.
And his ass won't do.
I agree with you.
For him to call somebody a pig, and for the chat to be dropping pigs.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And that's what I was about to address. I just would address it different than you, Logic. That's all I'm saying. So let me say this. Let me say this. Wait, Logic.
You gotta give. Go ahead.
Let me say this.
I had niggas die.
Hey,
and niggas get called pig. Niggas get called coons.
Hey, listen. Let me tell y'all niggas something in the chat, man.
You know what? Because I know this. At the end of the day, all that race shit go away. We deal with common sense. Everything that Nathan said was the same thing man Chaotic Truth was saying the whole night. Everything he said. He goddamn took all our talking points and put it in a 5 minutes. And they can't deal with facts. So now since this man said this, now they gonna discredit him by calling him a pig. You got chats in there saying, good old boy, he's a pig, he's a pig.
Dumb as hell. You dumb as hell. Because if something happened to your house, your car get broken into, something happened to your mama, who the first person you calling?
The police.
With your 12 ass. And I'm going to tell you something. I know plenty of good people in Chicago that work for CPD and Cook County Sheriff, right? I got a couple of them. I know people in Atlanta, APD.
Okay, real quick, y'all. The reason why the reason why Logic got as triggered like he did is because he's actually looking at the chat, and the chat was sitting up there doing that. The chat was, calling the dude that was up there earlier no pig and all this stuff there because he's part of law enforcement and stuff. So he got triggered by that and got mad, and so basically he's addressing the chat at this moment. All right.
Cobb County, right? Apparently, I know 2 people on DeKalb County now, right? For y'all to sit up there and say, pig, yo, we fucked up with this 30-year mentality of fuck the police. You complain and then don't contribute to the solution.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. That fuck the police song was lit though. I ain't lying.
So it's easy for your goof ass to sit up there behind your keyboard and say pig. And you don't even know the work that you ain't even did the knowledge on the work that this man was doing. This man was drugged on 285. That's what the fuck Logic was talking about earlier. The person that was drugged on 285 by a black man, that's the person sitting right in front of you that you saying a pig. And you know what he could have did? And I said this on the show. He could have walked up, said, all right, niggas, y'all got it. I'm out. I got my retirement. I got myself. I got all. I'm good. And you know what he still say? I'm trying to translate. I'm trying to translate. And hold on, Logic. Hold on. You can put the time on me. You can put the time on.
I just want to address something I saw, right? Real quick, right?
No, I ain't looking at the chat, man.
No. I got to address this, right? I saw Six the Goddess got in her feelings because he disproved her points. And somebody told him he was a cop. And she said, oh, makes sense.
Well, they can have a conversation, Logic.
See, this is.
Can I please say something? Can I
hold on 1 second, Chaotic. Just 1 second, please.
I need 50 seconds. That's all I need whenever you.
No, I got you. And Logic will set the time or whatever. You can do that. But what I'm saying is what I'm trying to really get my people to understand. Like y'all really don't know, man. Y'all don't even know how many black police officers in Chicago retired this year. You know what type of deficit that put us in? For people to be able to police the community that my grandma live in still, the people that the people that I love in the city of Chicago, and we complain about what white officers do in our community. Y'all ain't signing up for the job. You rather run around here and say 12, fuck the police, pig. You rather hurl accusations at this man that you don't even know the work that he's done or how much he sacrificed for the betterment of our community, which is one of the things that I connect to and get skewered for, right? Like for me, I get skewered for having a heart for my community. This shit is crazy to me that you keyboard gangsters, I ain't even looking at the chat. You keyboard gangsters and keyboard warriors would talk all this dumb shit without no information, no fact. You don't even know who the man is. And you would disparage him as opposed to saying, man, what is it that you do actually? Let me learn your story. How can I benefit? How can I support Blue Phoenix? How can I support what you're doing? If you're going to be the translator, chaotic.
God dang, Chicago, let this dude speak, bro. Chaotic been raising his hand up like a kid in school the whole time. Golly, kind of like, teacher, can I please speak now? Jeez, man. Chicago sit up here getting a whole sermon now. This dude trippy. If he keep on, I'm gonna forward this.
I'm gonna let you go, but I'm just saying, man, this shit irks me because this is part of what keeps us divided. Not only are we in this fake ass gender war, but now we still waging this 30-year fuck the police. The sentiment, and I heard you break this down before, Nathan, and I'm not trying to ride your coattails or nothing, but I heard you break it down before. The sentiment around that time, there was some valid concerns. There are valid concerns now. There still are valid concerns, and we can address that and have that conversation. But this whole concept around fuck the police, let me tell you something. Hey, man, one of you gangsta ass niggas come around here doing some shit that threaten me and my boot thing, nigga, I'm telling on all you. I'm a tax-paying civilian. I'm telling. The first person I'm gonna call is the police, and I hope the person that shows up looks like Nathan. Go ahead, Chaotic.
I gotta say this, yeah. Look at South Africa after apartheid, when the military and when the police were reduced. The South Africans, the black ones particularly, and even to this day, are extremely violent. In Liberia, when the police force was taken away and Charles Taylor, you guys can look this up, when Charles Taylor and his son took over the country, there were horrific acts of violence that I thought I've seen some things in my life. Just check out the Civil War in Liberia and see what happens when the police and the military leave the country. There are other African nations like this. There are South Asian countries where you reduce the police, or the military is dissipated. It's utter chaos. The same thing in America. A lot of black liberals, such as a lot of the people that have been talking, they want nothing but to destroy this country. So how do you do it? You take away the police and you take away the military, and you disrespect the very same people that stand a post to protect you. And that is a black liberal problem. You hear so many black people disrespecting the military in this country that has made our people wealthy.
Now that's an interesting point that Chaotic is making too. Chicago, he actually did make some good points too, and I agree with him. I believe Chaotic is referring to I think it's to terrorism or something like that, where they focus on making the government into one dictatorship or something like that. I think that's what he's talking about, but I'm not for sure on that.
We black people experience more wealth and resource here than anywhere else on the planet. But to sit here and say that this man is a pig, I'm appalled by it. But it goes.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Give me a second, sir. Give me a second, sir.
Hold on, Jay Prince. You'll have a chance. Chaotic.
Again, everything Nathan said was respectful, and I'm glad that he condensed it and made it simple. Mine was chaotic. I will admit that. But he said the same thing that I was saying. This man put his life on the line and he got called a pig. It's appalling. And that's why people like Candace Owens, people like Officer Tatum, people like Jesse Lee Peterson, who people clown, black people are speaking facts, they're speaking logic and critically thinking, and they're pointing out black idiosyncrasies.
They still put pigs in the chat. This is crazy.
I'm taking.
You don't run shit, Logic. You don't run nothing.
Yeah, man, that's correct. Marxism. Yeah, because it's a part of Marxism as well too. Yeah, you're right about that.
Hold on. Logic. I'm taking care of the chat.
Logic, you gotta relax, man. You can't control that.
I'm taking care of the chat.
I just know this shit is real, man.
It is.
Look, no, I'm just saying, and then watch this. I'm gonna say this. Not only that, but when that woman was up here and the chaotic the truth was arguing, they was arguing back and forth. Me and you tried to stop it multiple times. We couldn't control it, right? She started name calling. Then he started name calling. But did anybody hear that she said she feel uncomfortable?
Yes, I heard her say it several times. She said it several times. You are being super aggressive. I am uncomfortable right now. I do not feel safe. She said it several times. When she got back on the panel, she said it again. That's why I came up here and said,
No,
what's going
baby,
on?
baby.
All right, so this is the last part that I want to address, and I believe on six. I believe six is going to come up here again on this part too. I believe, but this is the last part that I want to personally address. Okay, now they once again revisiting this thing, talking about that six was feeling that she was uncomfortable. Now here's one last question that I want to ask. Okay, one last question. Six, if you was feeling that uncomfortable throughout the whole entire exchange, why you didn't exercise your right and just leave? You had every right to just leave the panel. A matter of fact, why you didn't just exercise your right? It just didn't come on the panel, period. If you was feeling that uncomfortable, the moment when you got up there, the moment when you the moment when everything you start seeing the energy that chaotic was giving back to you, because let's keep it real, you gave that energy. You did that. You started off with that. So the moment when you seen this was transpiring, right? Why you didn't exercise your right and just leave? If you felt that uncomfortable, why did you stay up there for over 10 minutes or more or longer than that to engage this dude who's making you uncomfortable, this dude who's victimizing you? That's my question. That's my question on that.
Why is she? What you know what that is? See, you thought I was talking about something totally different.
What are you talking about?
You just proved my point.
Mm-hmm.
And she went in the chat and said she was just playing. Did you know that, Tamika?
Just playing with what? In what regard? She definitely came up here and said she was uncomfortable.
That he feels
Tamika,
unsafe.
Tamika,
So
you bit the trap, Tamika.
Yeah. So the
Tamika.
idea of that is that women can use their femininity, being a woman,
Yes.
to say, I feel uncomfortable, I feel safe,
Yep.
to make the man an aggressor.
Yep. And
That's
exactly
the
what
idea.
she
And
did.
that's what happened.
Actually, can I say something in response to
Hold on, baby. Hold up. It was my point. She weaponized this on a panel in front of 2,000 people. She weaponized her feminine energy in front of everybody and used it against this man. And we saw it.
I agree with you, Logic.
No, but you was coming up here on some totally different energy, sis. You just said it.
I came up here on the energy that when she was up here weaponizing her femininity, whether you believe she was being sincere in it or not, you could have still stopped the conversation, pointed out that she was weaponizing it, but also checked him too.
She went to us just like he went
We
to
tried
us.
to do that though, Miss Tamika. We tried to do that. We tried to do that. And so this becomes the thing. All of us can sing together. We can't all talk together, man. We can all sing together. We can't all talk together. And everybody is so anxious to get their points off, have these gotcha moments, and get these viral clips off. Like, and I'm not saying that was the case with her or whatever. I'm just saying all this.
Bro, stop simping. That was exactly what she did. Come on, Rilla. That's exactly what she did. That was her whole intent of coming up there. That was her whole purpose of coming up there. It's to get that I got you moment. It was to literally troll this dude. That's what she did. And she did it successfully. She got what she wanted. She got all that energy and everything that she wanted. Let's keep it real.
Shit that I'm hearing about my man Nathan right now, like, and I know Logic bothered because I know for a fact that motherfucker will run down from the rooter to the tutor what he sacrificed being in the military, and it really ain't no difference. I'm saying, and I'm not saying this disrespectfully, but I'm saying between police and the military, we're still talking about protection of the people. We're still talking about servants. Still talking about people committing their lives who don't have to. And for people to be disrespectful, call somebody a pig, fuck 12. Let's go back to what Logic was saying, and I agree with you, Logic. You said, yo, if you're a law-abiding citizen, I agree with you in a sense, Logic. I'm not backtracking on what I said earlier because that still stands, but I agree with you in a sense. Most time, I say 9 times out of 10, if you're a law-abiding citizen, you ain't got shit to worry about. You get pulled over, you run your license, you give them your insurance card, and you be on your fucking way. It's only when you got dope in the car, you got the hoe tied up in the back, and you smuggling whatever you smuggling. That's when you're concerned.
But see, Rilla, how can we expect our men to be protectors when we violate the people who protect us?
I agree with you.
All these protection conversations we have.
Not cool.
Look, this man got violated to his face. Jay Prince had the nuts to sit here and say this to this man's face.
It don't know what he went through. I agree with you.
And then now he thought that, I'm gonna say like this: Jay Prince ain't fucking with you, bro. Cause that's a big violation.
I agree with you.
And I tried hard to fuck with you. When you violate a man like that, and you scared to do what he do.
Hey, look, let me say this, and I hope Nathan don't shit, whatever. I'm gonna say what I sent you earlier. I hope you don't mind. Just off the strength of the show that he was on last night. I already saw it in his face what he was going through and what he was dealing with. I seen him get on panels plenty of time and people just disrespect him to his face. Like he ain't shit.
Hey, look at the pussy ass nigga in the back chat.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, Logic. Hold on.
They don't see it, Logic.
Yeah, they don't see it. Don't
address it. Don't address it.
This is what I'm saying. I had to send Nathan on my heart. It was on me to send him words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Tell that man, I appreciate you. We need you. Keep your hand to the plow. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, I support you. We riding with you, right? My man said I needed those words at this time. Now, he could have just brushed it off, but I'm sitting up there like, you don't even know how that messed me up, Nate. Because I was sitting up there like, man, why would he need this?
Okay, y'all. So what I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video right here. If y'all want to continue and watch this whole thing in its entirety, and I encourage you to go to the Lapeef Network. And this video is entitled "Is the Black Community Divided?" So you can want to check out the Lapeef Network and watch the remainder of this video entirety. But the last point, they already addressed it. I addressed about it as well too, about at the end how 60 Goddess was try to make herself be the victim and try to make Chaotic Truth the aggressor in the situation. That's the point that I want to point out. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I know a lot of people have been asking in the chat as well too, and I'm just go ahead and convert this now into a panel discussion now. So I want to hear y'all perspective about this. I want to hear y'all perspective. Do y'all agree with this situation that transpired between Chaotic Truth and 60 Goddess? Do y'all believe that that 60 Goddess was absolute true with her intentions on coming up to the panel and causing the situation to transpire that it is? Do you disagree with Chaotic Truth was saying throughout this whole exchange between Six, between Six as well too? Do y'all agree with it? Do y'all disagree with it? This is going to be the main talking point that we're going to talk about today. We're going to focus in on just this, the one exchange between 60 Goddess and Chaotic Truth. Do y'all agree with it? Do you disagree with it? If not, let me know. Will y'all come up here as well? Please don't be coming up here as emotional and nothing like that. tell us why or why not. State your case and stuff, and respectfully, and we will have the conversation. All right. If it gets weird and stuff like that, I will absolutely kick you off the panel. You know what I'm saying? With no remorse, because I'm different from Lapeef. All right. So I'm just go ahead and drop this link right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. Y'all want to come up? Y'all want to speak your piece about it? By all means, I invite you to come up and speak your piece about it. All right. Give me 1 second. Duh, duh, duh. I gotta adjust my audio and stuff real quick, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. All right, got the link dropped. By all means, I want to hear y'all perspective about this. I want to have a conversation about this and see how y'all feel about this. Okay, how y'all overall opinion about this? Okay, so come on up, come on up, come on up. We'll have the conversation. We will have the conversation. Oh, but which one? I see you wrote a message. I thought you were speaking in general, bro. But you really did want me to do a review on that? Because I thought you were speaking in general about that, Mark. I thought you were speaking in general. But yeah, come on up, hit the link. We'll have this conversation, y'all. Uh, and chaotic. I know also chaotic that you got through doing almost a 5 hour live with what's his name, Anton Daniels. I know you already did like a 5 hour or so live with Anton Daniels and stuff like that. And if you're still watching, if you want to come up and express your perspective about this, by all means, you could come up here as well too. Even if even if Six, if she's watching as well, if she want to come up here and express her concerns about this, by all means, you could pull up as well too, where we could have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And likewise, everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could pull up. So we have this conversation. Y'all could pull up so we can have this conversation. And there's another thing too that I want to address too. After this show, I did watch Six show the very next day, where she went back and she was addressing the situation, and her whole focal point of this situation on her show, what she addressed on her show, was that she was once again she was to me she was playing the victim role. She was saying that that Chaotic was being totally disrespectful because he was calling calling her all out of her name and stuff. She also referenced as well that she was making assumptions that Chaotic wanted to be with her due to the fact that he knew different things about her Instagram pages and different things like that. So she did a lot of reference to that and stuff. But her overall perspective about that was saying that throughout the whole conversation, throughout this whole exchange, she was saying that the whole exchange was toxic. She felt afraid. She felt that she felt toxic. She felt afraid and felt fearful, and of course felt like the victim. Now, I was looking at some of the one stuff that I was able to see on Anton Daniels show and stuff, right? And basically Chaotic, he was saying this basically what he was saying right now. He was saying the same thing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was standing his ground for what he believed in. But I actually find it interesting too, y'all, that we need to also come to the point that people have their own perspective. People have their own beliefs. Okay. Just because that person had their own perspective, belief, that doesn't mean that you have to sit up here and talk down on a person, to disrespect that person, to belittle that person. Like I stated on my other one shows as well too, people have conversations for the purpose of understanding. They want you to understand where they're coming from. But the disagreement happens is when it goes from trying to understand to the point that you try to prove. That's where the disagreement comes from. You come to the point where you're literally trying to prove your point instead of trying to get people to understand it. When you enter into that situation, then that's when the back and forth is happening, and that's where there's hardly ever any type of resolution. I made this on. I was on another one, content creator one platform the other day, right? And I made this on reference point to this thing that I'm talking about, right? I said that you know what? Instead of just trying to prove all the time, once you just listen and just let it go. What's hard about that? If you don't agree with it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with you disagreeing. But let it go. State what you got to say. Let it go. Move on. Because all this additional energy, talking back and forth, talking down on each other and stuff like that, it is not helping the situation at all, period. It's not helping it. It makes the situation way more toxic. And this is the reason why, even in relationships, this is the reason why relationships is dysfunctional and toxic, how the way it is. It's for this very thing that I'm telling y'all about. This very thing that I'm telling y'all about. And we got to do better as a people, not just as a race like black people or white people or Hispanic people, whatever. We got to do better as people, period. Especially with our conversations. I learned also that some of us, we don't know how to communicate at all. We go by how the way we've been taught by our parents how to communicate. And I want y'all to think about that too. Just imagine you living in a household where you either have a two-parent household or it's a single-parent household, and you as a child listen to your one parents talk to you saying crazy stuff over and over and over again, and you the child, and you are mimicking that behavior. And now you become adult, and now as you being an adult, you're mimicking that same type of behavior as well too, as being an adult. The same type of behavior. And now you're passing that same type of behavior down to your children as well too. And this goes back to where I'm saying that a lot of us, we don't know how to communicate properly to each other. We haven't been taught how to communicate properly to each other. We thinking that communication means talking down on each other. We thinking that proving the point means to belittle. It means to emasculate. That's what we think. But in reality, that's not effective communication at all. It is very toxic. And to be honest, I recommend that a lot of us, that we need to go and do a study and do research about effective communication towards each other. And I believe that if we take that step and do that to better ourselves, then a lot of situations would be way better for us, not only individually, but as a community. And I'm not talking about just a black community, I'm talking about as a community as a whole. We'd be far better than where we at. Just this simple concept of communication. That situation is what it was. Not good communication at all. Not communication at all. Hey, Maybach, what's up with it? Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Or lady, I don't know. But that's what it is. That's what it is. So once again, I have the link dropped. If y'all want to come up, by all means, come up. We can have the conversation. And I mean, we can have a conversation, okay? We can literally have this conversation. And just like me with see, I'm a different breed. In other words, I'm a different type of breed. All right. I know how to effectively communicate with people. I know how to talk to people without trying to trigger them. Even if, let's say, someone would try to trigger me, I know how to disengage effectively. I don't have to prove no point. I don't have to do none of that. So yeah, we could, by all means, let's have this conversation, y'all. I'll wait for a few minutes. Y'all want to come up? I'll wait for a few minutes and let y'all come up. If not, then I would end it for sure. I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in to this conversation, to this dialogue, because it's an interesting one, ain't it, y'all? And I do have to shout out to Kate Out of Truth once again, and I do have to shout out to Six the Goddess as well too, and also the whole the Peace Network as well too. Got shout out to all of them as well too, because at the end of the day, regardless of this breakdown of communication, at the end of the day, the particular topic that they was talking about, it was a good topic. A matter of fact, I had covered this topic last night on my show last night. The very topic that they was talking about, I had covered it on my show last night. So it's a very good topic. Very good topic. I think salute to them on that. Give them the respect on that. he said that Chaotic was stalking Six. Hey, why do you think he was stalking her though? And furthermore, I'm not saying you engage in this conversation. Furthermore, let me ask you this question: Why do you think that he was stalking Six? And not only that, why do you believe that Chaotic is an incel too? Because that's a huge accusation too. So why do you feel that way? Okay. It's a good point, maybe. Good point. Yeah. Actually, Chaotic, he said on several shows that he married. He said on several shows that he married. And that's a point that I made too on Maybach as well too. I made that point that she purposely came on that show to talk to him, not to talk about the whole topic, but she purposely came to talk to him. She purposely came on the show to troll him. And also, since y'all mentioned about this, what does it mean to be an incel too? Well, what does it mean to be an incel? And if you want to come up and explain it to me, the link is dropped. By all means, pull up. Okay, got you. Got you. Got you. That's what I thought of me, but I'm just just trying to clarify. Who consider themselves unable to attract a woman. Okay. That's what I researched that was about too. So here's the question though. I know that WS 101 class, you're using the term that he's an incel, right? So here's my question on that. Based on the meaning of incel, how does that make chaotic an incel if he's married? Because by proxy or the definition, that means that he can't get no woman, right? So therefore, he shouldn't be married, correct? Yeah, yeah, you gotta make that make sense. So how can a married man be celibate too? You gotta make it make sense, bro. Trey. But hey, Trey, I got the one link drop too, bro. Oh goodness. So yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. How is he an incel if he's married? Based on the definition that y'all presented to me. He was asking about six panties, so that makes him an incel because he was asking about another woman's panties. Oh. I have to ask. I have to want to ask on chaotic that too because like during that whole exchange, I didn't hear him reference six the goddess panties unless I missed that. But I gotta ask chaotic that. The world of sport, I got to rebuttal you on that one. If that be the case, what is the whole purpose of being married if you're celibate? What's the whole point of being married if you're going to be celibate in your marriage? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, he was sarcastic when he asked about the underwear. Okay, gotcha. Because like I say, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it, but I could be wrong. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this real quick. But yeah, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it at all. But check this out. On World of Sports, that doesn't have nothing to do with celibacy though. Celibacy is a actual, you actually making a commitment to not have sex versus throughout biology you're no longer having sex. That's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between the two. Yeah, it's a one difference between the two. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, as time goes on and stuff, right? Your body undergo changes where you no longer can have sex. That doesn't have nothing to do with celibacy. Hey, Rush, what's up with it, bro?
Yo, salute, man. Yo, I just want to, I guess, expound on the situation between Kevin and Six. I definitely think she's disrespectful individual on how she approached chaotic. They should have never let her spoke on the panel like that anyway because she had nothing, no substance to bring to the show at all. Clearly, you see, Kevin was the star of the show right there. I mean,
Uh-huh. Gotcha. Yeah, that's based on my observation of viewing the whole video. I can agree with that. That Six came up there not the whole intentions to discuss the topic at hand, but to purposely target chaotic. But here's the question that I'm asking now. The question I'm asking now is why did she do that? What was her whole intent other than trying to
she,
troll
she
them?
she needs attention. She's one of those chicks that thrives off getting attention from simps. Know what I mean? But she didn't. The reason why the energy was so chaotic when she came on is because um all the guys on the panel wasn't simping for her. Know what I mean? I saw the episode. I saw her show how she was disrespecting the Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yo, 2X. What's up with it, bro? Oh, is you there? Yo, 2X. Are you there? Going once, going
Oh
twice. Come on,
damn, I
bro.
was double muted. My bad, man. This the word sport from the chat. You know what I mean? That's my company name. My
Okay.
bad, y'all. I'm new over here. I was just listening in. HB2N, that's one of my homies. He had reposted y'all live. So I was just tuning in and like the debate.
For
And
sure.
you know, just giving a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what do you think about the topic? Do you feel the argument with Six was valid, or the argument with
By
Chaotic was
what
valid?
I'm hearing, by what I'm hearing, right? So the part about being an incel, just because you ask them about somebody's panties, that don't make you an incel. That just makes you a pervert. It's a different word for that. You know what I mean? But you can be celibate and married. That's what I came up here for.
Gotcha. So
technically, be married legally, and
Mhm.
your shorty just ain't giving you none. You can't get none from no other chick, so you're forced to be celibate. And then
But
over time, you just say, "Fuck it, I'm not fucking again."
yeah, but that's not by choice though. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point that I was making. That to
Yeah,
be celibate
incel
is
is
based
basically
on.
somebody that's involuntarily being celibate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying because most
But that would fall. That would
most
kind of fall what I just said too. Because like I said, if your wife ain't giving you none, you can't get none from no other chick. You're involuntarily celibate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when you bagged your wife, at some point you did had intercourse with her. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
It's not the same thing, you know?
Okay.
Like being an incel, you just can't get it, period. You know what I mean?
Facts. No, by the definition, right here it says who considers themselves unable to attract a woman sexually.
Yeah, so in other words, that
So by
person
the
is insecure.
definition, by Oxford definition, it says a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract a woman sexually, typically associated with the views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. So they're bashing niggas that's getting pussy. That's what that definition breaks down to. Somebody who considers himself like unworthy to get some box, and then but you're bashing other people that's getting box. That's what an incel technically is.
Okay. So
Nothing to do with celibacy.
yeah, so in that whole exchange between him and Six, is that the behavior that he was resembling?
You got a slight echo going on.
Oh, it's probably hold up.
It's probably me. My
Just
mic
cut
close.
YouTube off. No, just cut YouTube off. It sounds like you still got YouTube on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not me echoing on it.
It's everybody.
Oh, hold up. Now make sure it's not me. But now y'all could continue on. Not checking to see if everything's straight.
No,
Y'all
that was
continue.
my bad. I thought I closed the browser, but it was still up. Nope, I still hear it.
You still hear it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, maybe he said there's no echo. They don't hear no echo.
Okay, man. I think it was maybe my shit. It didn't close all the way. It's gone now.
Salute.
But yeah, Six is a condescending bitch. I just gonna come out and say it. I'm glad Logic finally was like, hold up. Are we really gonna let this woman say the words that she said? Like he was aggressive talking to you on StreamYards and you don't feel safe. He didn't cuss you out. None of that. So I'm glad somebody called her out on it. Like, that's some bullshit, lady. Like, you can't be running around doing it. Especially when you came up there to address him. Like, she straight up lied in front of everybody and said, I didn't come up here to directly address him. I came to talk about the panel. But as soon as the bitch got up there, she said, what's the guy name on the end? I want to ask him where his parents from.
Yeah, that facts. Yeah, she definitely was headhunting for CT, but yo, CT dealt with her on a professional manner and still, you know what I mean, slayed her with his words of wisdom, you know what I mean?
I had to cuss that bitch out. They gonna kick me off well, actually they not, because I know Logic. Logic will let me ride. I cussed that bitch out though. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm glad the other brother came up there and was like, yo, lady, your stats are wrong. Because even when Logic said, let me see where you got your information, instead of her telling him, she said, go to my video. You couldn't just easily say you got it from Webster's, you got it from New York Times. You couldn't tell us where you got your shit from.
Yeah, she also referenced and said that, well, I'm not supposed to take the time out and put this in a private chat, nothing like that. You just got to find out.
Go watch my video. Can't stand women like her.
But hey, real quick, y'all, I'm gonna go back to the chat. Salute y'all brothers, man. Dope channel, dope content. I'm definitely subscribed. Salute.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Salute.
But yeah, I agree with what y'all saying. And y'all know how I am. You know, I stay, I'm biased, but I call it how it is. You know what I'm saying? I call it for how it is based on what's being presented to me. And so that throughout me watching this, the whole entire exchange, Six, she started it. She tried to finish it and then tried to play a victim role on it. And then on top of that, on her show the very next day, she went back onto her show and was playing the same victim role.
Yeah, she was trying to make it seem like CT was just overly abrupt and aggressive through that whole entire conversation, but it was completely opposite. She was the aggressor throughout the whole conversation. It's just that CT had to check her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I mean, I get it. I get it. But yeah, we can all agree. Also, even with chaotic, we can all agree that, bro, chaotic, she got you, bro. She really did.
I wouldn't say
She
I
got
disagree
you.
with that. I don't I wouldn't say she got him. This is how you're supposed to check a chick when she's out of line. You gotta check him for that. And what he did, he checked her on her BS. Know what I mean?
But the one thing about that, Russ, that I'm gonna give you a pushback on that is he indeed quote unquote checked her, but he actually in reality gave her everything that she wanted. You know what I'm saying? By
Yeah, here's the
how the
thing.
way, yeah,
Here's the
by how the
thing,
way he
Urban. Yo,
responded, no, by
let me
how the way
interject.
he responded and stuff. That's what she was looking for.
Let me
But what?
interject.
But she didn't win nothing but getting the real nigga. That's all she won was getting the real nigga.
Yeah, because most
Exactly.
chicks, yo, hold on. Let me interject real quick. Most chicks like her, yo, they like to be checked like that. It's in them to want to receive that kind of treatment. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's, I mean, that's exactly it. Like I know one both of y'all have experienced this with certain type of modern day women, right? Where they would just purposely just um target you and get into an argument with you on purpose. And the only
Yeah, and
reason
you
why they,
cuss them bitches out.
yeah, and you'll do that, right? But the only reason why they ultimately do that is because they wanted that energy, they want that attention, and so now they are satisfied and content with that.
yeah, basically she wanted to be checked and she got checked. Salute to
Mm-hmm.
CT for checking her. You know what I mean?
Yep. And so that's why I now go back to saying that at the end of the day, she got exactly what she was looking for. CT did what he needed to do as a man for us, addressing everything that she was saying the best way he could. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So you think
I
she you think she tarnished her image, maybe? I don't think so. I don't think she tarnished her image. Probably from different viewers, but I that whole exchange, she got a lot out of that for real. Now she got more people viewing. It's no different from what we do as content creators, where we go and troll just to get people to watch our content, more people to watch our content. And I believe that that's the whole intention of
that's
what
the
she
way
was
she
doing.
on. Like if you watch, like, yo, first of all, like, yo, she got a lot of subs. She got like I think like over 40,000 subs. So maybe that's the circuit she's on is to conjure up drama and create a chaotic environment with her content. I mean,
Hmm. And here's the interesting part about it. I don't know if y'all noticed about, but I've been looking at Six the Goddess content now. It be different information that she put out there. It really do be true, and I really do agree with it. You know what
yo,
I'm saying? So,
listen.
but
I'm
no
not
no
saying. All right.
hold up, Rush, hold up. All right, but however, there are also some stuff that she put out there that I don't agree with. So, I'm curious to understand why in this particular situation she did what she did with chaotic in this situation, just to get the views, even though she's putting out this content.
I mean, obviously, a lot of the things that Chaotic was saying probably touched her nerves, and she felt like she had to say something to him. Know what I mean, now this chick, she got over 40,000 subs. She don't need to get the attention because she get plenty of it off of a channel. Know what I mean, so
Hmm.
obviously she had a bone to pick with uh Chaotic. Yo, I think low key she's infatuated with him. To be real with you, know what I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why do you think that?
because like I said, like she's bubbling already. There's no need for her to get on that channel to be. I mean,
Uh
like
huh.
like I said, she got 40,000 subs on the joint, so There's no reason for her to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, by you saying that, Rush, that also validate what Six was saying, because she was saying the same thing about Chaotic, talking about he's infatuated with her.
Nah. She came on the channel seeking for attention. It's not the other way around.
Yeah, which that's true. And I agree. I totally agree. And like when I was looking at this on video one, I was hoping that Six would come on there and just share her perspective, because just like I say, she actually do be having some very good perspectives, some
Yo,
very good
listen,
talking
man.
points. But
Listen, I ain't say she was not a good content creator. I don't like it just because she beefing with CT, so I automatically don't like her. Know what I mean?
what the Rush? Come on now, bro.
Is
It's
that
home
really
team.
a beef though?
It's home
No,
team, man. Know what I mean?
no, it's not really a beef, Trey. All it is, it's not even a beef. All it is that's a trolling opportunity that she cashed out on. But that's the point that I'm making, that even as us as content creators, we all at one point in time do that. We cash out on the opportunity to either troll the clout and cash out on it and keep it moving. Then another point too that I made earlier is that all the other times that she was on the Peef Network, right? That she pounded up, she never resembled this type of energy like she did with CT. She
Yo,
was
like
way
I
more
said,
respectable
a
and
lot of
stuff.
things CT was saying was touching nerves, man. She wasn't ready for the truth. Some people react different when they hear the truth, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So some might take that information and edify themselves. Some might take that information and, you know what I mean? Want to get reckless with it, be disrespectful, belligerent,
Yep.
all the above.
Facts.
You're
Yep. I agree. I agree. It's one thing that you been talking about on Rush, and now more and more as I'm looking at it and studying it, and I'm starting to see it now. You was making this whole point about how the way the modern day woman is. Don't be a simp to them and all the stuff there. And at first I like, man, Rush tripping. But now, as I see more of it transpiring, I'm like, well, now this to the point where Rush is on to something.
yeah.
you know,
Hey yo, and I think I'm gonna speak on this Wednesday night on my live on how women oppress men in the working environment.
you sit up here trying to steal my talking point. Stop being Kevin Samuels, bro.
Yo, I didn't know you spoke. I didn't know you expound on that already.
I did. I talked about that on what was that? That was the episode when I was talking about women at work. I think I mentioned that.
Actually, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, yeah.
But it's okay. You can go ahead and expound on it. I pull
Yeah,
up.
I mean, it's not gonna be my whole entire show, but I will touch on that a little bit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you gave him the rated G version. I'm gonna give him the rated R. You're
Yeah, facts. Yep. Trey, what say you, bro? Trey chilling on the cut.
oh, I'm going live this Sunday, man. So I need the whole state gang to pull up. You're
Oh yeah, for sure. What time? At 12,
10:30.
10:30
Nah,
at night?
yeah, 10:30 at night.
Okay. All right, for sure. For sure. But yeah, other than that, gentlemen, that's all I have on this particular review. Yeah, that's all I got. Um, all I see is what I see. Six, she came up there troll. It just is what it is. This is what it is. Then try to use that victim role, and that's a lot.
Yeah, and yo,
That's
and yo, I expound on that too, man. How chicks be using that damsel in distress, man. Remember what I
mm-hmm.
said in the 48 laws of power? How you catch a sucker is to play a sucker. You
Yep.
gotta play a sucker in order to catch a sucker. And
Yep.
she did that already. You're
Yep. I agree. I totally agree. Because that's exactly what transpired through this whole dialogue. So, like I say, it is what it is. I believe that, in a weird way, she got what she wanted out of this, out of that conversation. So it is what it is. But other than that, gentlemen, what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all coming up. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Appreciate y'all coming up and tuning in. And I appreciate everyone else who are here as well, who's part of the show. Appreciate y'all, liking the show, sharing it out, and do your thing too. CT, I did see you pull up earlier and stuff in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. And I know you're pretty tired, bro, because you was on what's called a show too. So, but yeah. But other than that, salute to everyone. Salute to Six. Salute to Lapeef. Salute to Chaotic. Salute to you, Rush and Moneyboy Trey and everyone else in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? So, like I always, y'all continue to fight fates with faith, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. Peace out, everybody.
I don't care how long it take to get an op back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.